Please don't spoil the movie by adding your own soundtrack. Action. Hi, I'm Jughead Jones.
Okay. In honor of
the end of Riverdale, yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. Good for you. My name is Ned Bigby.
That's the Classified School Survivor Guide?
That's right.
Okay. Oh, look, we both did shows.
Yeah.
And welcome back to Please Don't Spoil the Movie, a podcast brought to you by sisters who love each other.
Upon occasion.
Yes. How are you, love? How have you been? What you been up to?
Same old just a different day. Had a game yesterday.
Right, the Saints schedule was on and popping.
We're in full swing, baby. Yesterday was the last preseason game.
Was it as packed as the first game?
No, it wasn't. Okay. It wasn't. It was still a good amount of people, but no, that first preseason game, crazy. I was like, what the hell? I was like, this is a home game.
Yeah.
Preseason
game.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I was like, this is like a home game because there's so many.
Oh, yes, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
This last one, the one yesterday, it still had a good amount of people though.
Yeah.
I remember last year, my rookie year, there's not a soul.
Yeah, there's no point. But maybe everyone's excited for the new quarterback and the.
Well, I feel like the reason why the first preseason game was so packed is because we're playing the Kansas City Chiefs.
True that. There's a lot of Kansas City people there.
Yeah, they're 2-time Super Bowl champs in 2 years.
Forgot about that part. Yes.
So that's. I'm
watched the game.
Patrick Mahone and Travis Kelce, maybe drew in a lot of lot of people.
The stars,
the big names, darling.
The big names, darling.
But yeah, so game was exhausting.
Right, 7:00. Jesus.
Oh my god! First of all, typically all of our games
12:00
are at noon.
12 p.m.
This was prime time, 7 p.m. I was like, oh my god. Got at the Dome at 2 and I was like, something just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right.
It felt very peculiar. And oh my god.
What time did I leave?
I feel like I got to the locker room at 10:20. I didn't get home till 10:50.
Yeah, I didn't go out after, thank God.
Absolutely not.
You're gonna be like it.
By no means.
Sunday.
What's open?
I don't know. Y'all trying to make it work.
Sunday at 10:00. When the Saints lose.
Oh, they didn't lose? Oh, man.
Nothing.
I'm sure there's
nothing for us to see here. Yeah. Nothing for us to do.
Yes. Sorry, guys. I'm having technical difficulties. My
Jordan sucks at her job.
Oh, my God. Whatever. My laptop is so old, and maybe I dropped it. I don't know. But every time I push the screen back, it goes black, shuts down.
But yeah, the game was exhausting. Someone dropped me. I'm really upset about it. But whatever.
Oh, wow. And what thing were you doing?
Oh, my God. We have to do 100,000 million routines this year. And it's just so much to think about. And we were doing a quarter break performance, and one of my teammates, he just had to put me up in hands. You don't know what that is, but it's fine. A simple stunt.
Like this?
Yeah. Good for you. Oh my God, she got it right. Oh my God, yes. It's when they throw you up in the air and they just catch you at
their shoulders.
With
their hands, yeah.
And with their hands. Simple. He dropped me. I was just like, ugh.
Dang. Did he drop you the moment you got up there, or did he eventually drop you?
It was no. So he caught my feet, and I feel like he did one of these.
Oh. Where
he made it unbalanced. So now at this point, I can't stand on that.
Yeah.
And so my body has no other choice but to kind of gravity takes its.
Did he catch you?
I mean, yeah, he catch me.
Okay. Caught me, yeah.
But you live and you learn, darling.
Just preseason.
So yeah, but whatever. We're moving on. What's going on with you? What's up? What's happening?
On Movie Alert, I saw the new Blue Beetle. Did not want to see it. But it was pretty good.
You liked it, huh?
Yeah, I did.
One of my coworkers saw it. She said on a scale of 1 to 10, she gave it a 9. Without George Lopez, she would have given it a 6.
Agreed. That was the only, because Chancellor's brother, we went with Chancellor's brother and mom. They wanted to see it.
Sweet.
Yeah. It was a family night. But I really didn't want to see it. But I was going to watch the trailer. I was like, George Lopez is in it. So I was like, fine. I will go for George Lopez. It can't go that bad.
Right. If he's in it, yes. It can't be that bad.
But I just realized that I'm totally over. It's not. I thought it was a Marvel movie. It's not. It's DC apparently. But I'm just totally.
It does look like a Marvel movie.
Yes.
You're just over the superhero.
I'm just over the superhero movies. I will say, good for DC, because usually their superheroes movies lately have been trash.
Horrible. They're doing horrible.
Yes, but it gave Marvel level. So I was like, oh, this is a Marvel movie.
Good for them.
Yeah, but I'm totally over it.
Bravo.
I do really want to see Bottoms. Have you seen the commercial for that?
No, but I do want to see it. I feel like
so
I
bad.
see it all over Twitter, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, okay. But it's one of those movies that like is in theaters for like 5 seconds,
know.
and you can't find it.
People
at
were
any
saying
regular
that they
theater.
only released it in a couple of theaters. It wasn't like
See?
worldwide, which is annoying.
Exactly.
But it made good money apparently.
Oh,
so
well,
far.
that's good. Glad to hear it.
But I think it's about like two girls who are lesbians and they're trying to get their lesbian crush, the two main girls.
Oh.
So the black girl is on the show The Bear.
Yeah.
And
I
then
realized that. And then the other girl, she was an idol.
She was an idol. And she was
in
in this movie that I watched, an A24 film, Bodies, 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 and I really liked her in that.
What's Bodies, Bodies, Bodies? What is that about?
It's like
It's a scary movie.
No, it's like a whodunit. So it's like these friends. They're like
scary. A24 only makes scary movies.
No. It's like someone dies, but it's like funny. I'll show you but freaking Pete Davidson's in it.
Oh.
So it's not.
Okay, that does sound familiar.
Yeah, but it's a really funny movie.
I see.
But it's like he dies in the very beginning and it's like, who murdered him?
Okay, I love a good whodunit.
Yeah. But it was pretty good. And that girl in it, she's really funny. I really like her.
What else have you seen?
I'm dedicated since Riverdale has finally ended. I used to watch it, but I had since lost track. But I'm back on Riverdale.
Oh, you started that back that quickly?
Yeah, I mean, I finished. I think I'm on season 4. Yeah, right now, and I'm trying to get back in it.
What's going on? What's going on now? Make it brief. Because we can't.
So I don't know what this. I don't.
All the nonsense.
So I don't know.
Riverdale has to offer.
Right. So I don't know what this season's going to be about. They keep doing a flash forward. To Jughead Jones being missing, or like his
name is Jughead Jones.
Yes, and that is one of the better names on the show.
He got lucky with that name. He's one of the lucky ones.
These like side character names are ridiculous. Like Bulldog, Tall Boy. Tall Boy is a real one. I'm not making that one. Tall Boy is a real one. I forgot.
She said I'm not making that one up. Like it's for real.
It's ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous show, but I don't know what this season's about. We're still doing cults. Is it cult stuff in? I don't know. I don't know what this season's about. I'm not sure yet. It's 20 episodes.
So chaotic.
They're gonna drag it on.
Chaos.
Yeah,
that's
chaos.
The writers' room that's a room that I never want to be in.
Writer's room is fuck it.
Like that's the motto.
Anyone have an idea? Sure.
The mission statement. It's printed all over the walls.
Amber watches it. She told me
when in doubt, fuck it.
They get superpowers, and I can't wait to figure out how they transition to superpowers.
Do they keep the superpowers forever?
I don't know. When we were watching the last episode, it
was the 1950s.
What?
They were going to the sock hop.
I tried to ask Amber what happened there in the sock hop. She was like, I haven't seen the new season yet. But I was like,
oh my God. How did we get here?
How did we get here?
How did we get to the 50s?
I don't know. It's like, and I thought.
Why is this Greece?
I don't know. They just do whatever. Sometimes I just think they do stuff just to put these girls in costumes. I just think y'all just doing this for the costumes. She went to go visit her dad in prison, and she's wearing like the little scarf around her and like the glasses. And I was just like,
she's
y'all
going to a funeral or something?
No, like she's incognito, like she's Thelma and Louise.
Oh.
And I was like, y'all just do stuff to throw on fits.
Literally.
They had a car wash scene. Y'all just wanted people's shirts off. Like there's just like
it's raunchy TV. That's all they're giving us.
But I'm back in it. It's hilarious. And
you love to hate it. You love to watch.
Yeah.
Love to hate watch.
That's all I'm watching right now. Are you watching anything?
The reason why I said Nick Big B is because I watch. I have Paramount Plus. And like all the Nickelodeon shows are on there, so I watch Ned's Declassified as like my background noise when I'm trying to go to sleep.
Oh my goodness.
So
I don't know why. It's also on Netflix. I don't know if it's
know what I started watching? I haven't finished it yet. The Zoe 101 movie.
Oh, I didn't know she had a movie.
Are you serious? Where have you been?
Is it new?
Yeah, it came out in like July.
Oh. Wait, what?
Yes, it's called Zoe 102. Are you serious right now?
I missed that.
You did not know about the Zoe 101 movie?
Wait, no, Zoe 102. All right, you're right. No, I had no idea about this.
Oh my goodness, you haven't seen commercials?
Who's in it? Everybody?
No. Not everybody, because a lot of the people who used to be on the show are relatively famous now. So obviously, well, not.
Who's relatively famous?
I was gonna say the girl who she was on this show, then she got her own show, and then now Ariana Grande is famous off of her show. What's her name? Victoria?
Oh, Victoria's? Oh, that show?
Her, yeah. You know, she started on Zoe 101, so she's obviously not in it.
Yeah.
I mean, he was only on one season, but Austin Butler isn't in it either.
Okay, because he got his own Disney Channel show.
No, Austin Butler is a guy who dated Vanessa Hudgens for like 10 years.
Oh, who plays Elvis?
Yeah.
He was on there?
He was on like the last season when Chase left. He was on there. I mean, obviously he wouldn't be in the movie
Right.
even if he wasn't famous now, but he's obviously not in it. There's someone else who's not in it.
Is the nerdy girl in it?
Oh yeah, she's in it. I think it's just them who aren't in it.
Okay.
But I just feel like Victoria, what is her last name? Victoria.
On the show?
Her name in real life is Victoria.
Okay, I'll just look up Victoria's. Her name in real life is Victoria? I'm so pissed.
Tori. What is her name?
Victoria Justice?
Victoria Justice. That's it. I don't know. I feel like because she wasn't in it, they were like scrambling to like get other people who were still on the show in there
to fill in.
And I was just like, when they were introducing like the other characters that weren't like the main core people, I was like, who the hell is this?
Yeah. Some of these, and you can tell some of these people don't act anymore because they're just like they look like regular people.
They look horrible.
Yeah, they don't look like they were movie ready. What did you think so far?
I haven't finished.
Oh, is this guy in it? Logan?
Yeah. So what it's about? I can't believe you haven't heard.
Never heard of this.
I can't believe you've heard nothing about this.
Nothing. Where's my Twitter?
And then that's the thing, I think that's fair because like literally no one was asking for this. Like it was just so like no one was really asking.
No one needed so especially everyone was mad at Jamie Lynn Spears.
Yeah, and like the timing of it all was just so piss poor. It's just like if you maybe like 5 years ago, yeah, sure. It's like they're like 40 now. It's just like it's too far gone. You've waited too long.
Yeah,
you sat on it too long. But anywho, so it's about Quinn, you remember the nerdy girl?
Yeah.
And Logan, you remember how on the show they used to date? So yes. They get married.
Okay, this is their
wedding.
And
then Zoe is the maid of honor in the wedding. And this is her first time seeing Chase in X amount of years. So this is, and then here's my thoughts on it. Jamie Lynn Spears looks horrendous. Horrible. Jesus. Horrible. And that is karma for you. Because, oh my God, every time they show her. She looks so nice
in the photo, though.
Every time they show her, I was just like, why does she look like she's 65 years old? She looks terrible.
Oh, she looks so nice in this photo.
But what I don't understand about the movie, yes. Okay, so what I don't understand is like the point that she's at in her life. Like, I don't know. I don't really remember the show. I don't really remember her character. I feel like her character was very just like, standard.
It was just Nickelodeon.
Yeah, it was just like she didn't really.
It's nice. I don't know.
Yeah, like I feel like
she wasn't a bad girl.
Yeah, Quinn was like the smart one. Tori was like the one who wanted to be the actress. Like they she just like her character was just like there. Yeah. She just had the show because she was Britney Spears' little sister. So her character in the movie is like at this point in life where she works for this like really like. Think Are You the One? Like she literally works for like a TV show like that. She's like a producer for Are You the One. Or a show like that, like Love Island, Are You the One, something like that. She's at a point in her life where she just like really doesn't know where she's going, and she hasn't talked to anybody in that like little circle from high school in like 10 years. So she's really kind of at like her rock bottom phase.
Okay,
and I just thought that was weird. I was like, like her character is kind of like pathetic. So I'm just like, oh, that's interesting. Because I don't know. I feel like she didn't have a character on Zoe 101, so just like to give her the pathetic character is like, I don't know if I would give her that, but I wouldn't know what to give her because she didn't really have character development on Zoe 101, if that makes sense. But so far, like the music in the movie, I'm like, oh, this is really good. Like it's really cute. I actually really like it so
interesting. Far. How much left do you have?
I don't know. It's like at the wedding and Chase and Zoe are missing.
Okay.
So maybe like 30 minutes left.
Okay.
It is. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm like, oh, this is cute. I just wish this is something that we wanted. The people wanted. But like no one really was looking for this. Yeah. Because I remember years ago, I don't know if you recall, it was like maybe like 5 years ago. I feel like I was in college. Randomly, I don't even know where this dropped. It dropped on YouTube or Nickelodeon.com, whatever. The people on the cast from Zoe 101 made it was like a 10-minute episode, and it was like Chase looking for Zoe, but like she wasn't in it.
Okay.
Jamie Lynn Spears wasn't in it. She wasn't in the episode. Yeah. No, this was after she had the baby. This was like 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Now when the show ended, this was like a couple years ago. And it was like a cliffhanger type episode. It was like, oh, It was like weird.
Uh-huh.
And then everyone's like, oh my God, this is crazy. Are they going to make a movie? That's when they should have done it. Because you dropped this like 10-minute episode of like what? Like it was like a follow-up episode like 10 years later. And like Chase is still in love with Zoe. And y'all gave us nothing. And like that was it. And nothing ever came from that ever again. And then 10 years later after that, you give us a movie that nobody asked for.
I wonder if they pushed it back because the whole everyone hated her.
No one hated her then.
5 years ago? I don't know.
Chase. Oh. And then, okay, so then the whole thing about the movie is like no one's watched this show in like 20 years. The plot here is like she's scared to like see Chase, so she pays this guy to. It's like The Wedding
Crashers.
Whatever that movie is with that girl who looks like I Love Lucy, and she like pays
someone to
for
be her date.
Yeah, to be her date at a wedding. It's literally like that. That's literally the plot of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
She plays this actor to be her date at the wedding, right? Mm-hmm. And she's scared to see Chase because she hasn't seen him in years because. And I was just like, did this happen on the show? Because if it did, I have no recollection of it. Because he left like the last season and y'all introduced Austin Butler to us. And she started dating Austin Butler's character. So I don't remember any of this. But in the movie, she's scared to see Chase because they went or were supposed to go to Hawaii together. And she stood him up. And they've never talked since then. And, like, that's, like, the whole basis of their, like, awkward tension, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, was this on the show?
No.
Because I don't remember that.
That's just, I mean, this is like
y'all just added that in there?
Yeah.
I thought that, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. Pick up where you left off. Make it make sense. But, so far, it's cute. I'll have to finish it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Report back.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. No idea this was happening.
It's on Paramount Plus.
Yeah. No idea it was happening.
Yeah. I can't believe it.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it. You haven't
no one
seen
told
it on
me.
Twitter?
No, absolutely not seen it on Twitter, which is crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I don't know where my Twitter's at, but yeah. Have not seen it.
Cute enough though. The music, I was like, one of the keys to the excellent movie is a great soundtrack. The music in there, I'm like, oh my God. I don't. It's like songs we've never heard, but it's just like the way it's timed in there. I'm just like, that's great. Good pop song to go with this. Love it, love it. Eating it up. Okay. Hats off to the composer.
All right, I have to check it out when it diversifies.
But yeah, that's all I have. That's all I've been watching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell people about the movie we're talking about today?
Okay, think of young Chris Evans. Think the original Margot Robbie.
I'm going to come back to that comment.
Are you serious right now? Think
the original Margot.
She's all that. Think
this is your
10
job.
things I hate about you.
Think spoof movies.
Think Pretty in Pink. Think 16 Candles. Think Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Think The Breakfast Club. Think Risky Business. Think American Pie. Think Rudy.
Never Been Kissed.
Think Never Been Kissed. Think Cruel Intentions. And put it all into a pot. And boil it up.
And call it a spoof movie.
And that brings us to... Drumroll, please. Not another teenage movie.
Yeah.
Is this not another teen movie or not another teenage movie?
Not another teenage movie.
Are we sure?
Yes.
You should really know this.
I'm telling you it. You should really know this.
It says not another teen movie here.
They're lying.
You're incorrect. So here we go. Summary. We're doing not another teen movie.
It's not teenage movie?
Okay. Janey Briggs, an aspiring artist who's outcast by her classmates for wearing glasses, a ponytail, and paint-covered overalls, is courted by Jake Weiler, played by Chris Evans, the all-American football star who makes a silly bet that he can turn Janey into prom queen. In this risque, twisted parody on She's All That.
And a whole bunch of other crap.
And a whole bunch of other movies.
But mainly.
All right. Let's dive in, shall we? The film was released December 14th, 2001 by Columbia Pictures. It is written by Mike Bender, Adam J. Epstein, Andrew Jacobson, Phil Buman, and Buddy Johnson. Directed by Joel Gallen. The budget?
10 million.
Not bad.
12 million.
Even closer.
15 million.
There you go. Good job. My hat's off to you. Box office now.
80.
Okay. Not bad.
90.
No.
Oh, dang it. 60?
Yeah.
65?
$66.5 million hairs.
Not bad.
Yes. So, like mentioned, the film is a parody of She's All That, while it also pulls from other films, including 10 Things I Hate About You, Varsity Blues, Pretty in Pink, Can't Hardly Wait, Bring It On, American Pie, Cruel Intentions, and many more. So I'm going to go through the cast first.
Okay.
And then as I go through the cast, thank God for Wikipedia because they did all the work for me. But as I go through the cast, I'm going to say who this character is based off of in reference to which movie.
Oh, okay.
So, first we have Cheryl Lee as Janey Briggs, who is stereotype the pretty ugly girl, who is based off of the character Lady Box, and She's All That, the episode movie that we just did previously, as well as Katarina Stratford in 10 Things I Hate About You,
Yes.
and Andy Walsh, played by Molly Ringwald in Pretty in Pink.
Okay.
So she's all three of those.
I don't get the Pretty in Pink one, but
Why don't you get the Pretty in Pink one?
Pretty in Pink is that she's, I guess,
she's the poor girl who falls in love with the rich popular guy.
well, it's just, I don't know, it's just,
I mean, loosely, but yes.
but I don't know, it's to me, it's more, it's just Lainey. I don't know.
I guess you're right, but it could also
I
be
guess.
Pretty in Pink. So I would just go with it. Chris Evans as Jake Weiler, the popular jock,
Yes.
who is based off of Zach Seiler from She's All That. Also, Jake Ryan from 16 Candles.
Okay.
And Jonathan Moxon from Varsity Blues.
I've never really seen Varsity Blues.
So
I'll have to
it's very loose, but yeah, I mean, just like
Yeah.
the football scenes
Thing,
and
yeah.
like the whole like,
Coach, put me in.
put him in, coach. Jamie Presley as Priscilla, the nasty cheerleader, based on Taylor Vaughn from She's All That. Big Red and Torrance from Bring It On, and Angela Hayes from American Beauty.
Oh yes. She likes the guy.
Then we have Eric Christian Olsen playing Austin, the cocky blonde guy. This is also Jake Weiler's arch enemy. Obviously, he plays Dean Sampson Jr., played by Paul Walker, and She's All That, as well as Steph McKee from Pretty in Pink. Then we have, and then I also read somewhere that he's also Paul Walker in Varsity Blues, which I'm like, not really, but
Okay.
sure, why not? Then we have Mia Kishner playing Catherine Weiler, the cruelest girl in school, and she also plays, Jake Weiler's sister. She is playing Catherine. I don't know this last name. Catherine from Cruel Intentions, obviously. And then Mackenzie Seiler, Anna Paquin, and the little sister from She's All That. Then we have Dion Richmond playing Malik.
Yes.
The token black guy. I would like to I would like to make a huge, ginormous apology.
Okay. Thank you.
to all the black people in the world.
All black people everywhere.
To my race. The last time we found ourselves here and we were doing She's All That, we brought up this movie, and I had mentioned that the guy who plays the black guy and She's All That is the same black guy and not another teen movie. It is not the same.
I didn't think it was.
It is
but
not
I
the
didn't feel
same
like
black
researching
guy.
it.
It is not the same black guy, and that is what the stereotypes of Hollywood will do to you.
Yeah.
Because they had me thinking that these black guys were the exact same.
It's not my fault.
Because they were both playing the stereotypical black guy. This is not my fault, but I will take accountability for my actions. And I just want to not only apologize to all black men who play the token black guy, but also Dion Richmond and Dual Hall, who plays Preston, and She's All
Thank
That.
you.
So, back to what I was saying, back to our regular scheduled programming. Again, Dion Richmond plays Malik, Stereotype, the token black guy, who is a parody of Preston, played by Dual Hall from She's All That. Two totally separate black men.
Entities.
Sorry.
Black men.
So then we have
No relation.
no relation. Then we had, besides playing the stereotypical black guy, then we have Eric Jugman playing Ricky Lipman, the obsessed best friend, who is Ducky Dale
yes.
from Pretty in Pink,
Got that
played by John Cryer. Then we have Ron Lester playing Reggie Ray, the stupid fat guy, who is a parody to Billy Bob and Varsity Blues. Then we have Cody McCains playing Mitch Briggs, Janey Briggs' little brother, whose stereotype is a desperate virgin. His parodies include Kevin Myers from American Pie.
Yes.
Preston Myers. Oh, interesting. Preston Myers from Can't Hardly Wait.
Yes, because he loves whatchamacallit.
Yes. And Simon Boggs, the little brother, She's All That. And then John Bender, The Breakfast Club.
When they have the breakfast.
Just for that tiny part.
No. So.
Yeah. Then we have Sam Huggington. Sam, this man, play Ox, stereotype, the sensitive guy, whose parody is Oz from American Pie, as well as Andrew Clark from The Breakfast Club.
Who's Oz from?
Literally take Ox, the character in Not Another Teenage Movie, and he's literally that character from Oz. He's literally Oz. So if you don't know, I can't make you. Is literally what he plays is to a T.
Not the guy
American
with the camera,
Pie.
Right? No,
not the what
guy with the camera, right?
No, there.
Oh, you said American Pie. Oh, yes.
Nah, yeah.
Oh, well, I heard American Beauty. Yes, I know. You're talking about.
American Pie. Yes. Then we have Sam Levin, who plays Bruce. His stereotype is the wannabe. He draws from Daniel LaRossi, I don't know, I've never seen Karate Kid, but from Karate Kid, as well as Jim Levinstein from American Pie, so Jim, the main guy.
Okay.
I don't know how he pulls from Jim.
Yeah, me either.
And then Kevin Fishner, Seth Green's character in Can't Hardly Wait. You remember the one who he really tries to appropriate Black culture.
Yes.
And Can't Hardly Wait.
Yeah.
He appropriates Asian culture.
Yes, in this one.
Then we have Lacey Shabert, plays Amanda Becker, the perfect it girl. Mm-hmm. She is parody Amanda Beckett, Jennifer Love Huge Tits, from Can't Hardly Wait.
Yes.
Then
That's where she's from.
We don't even really need to say her name. Character is Areola, stereotype, the foreign exchange student. She is parody to Nadia from American Pie. Yeah. Riley Smith plays Les, the beautiful weirdo.
With the
which
camera.
Is parody, the guy with the camera, which is parody to Ricky Fitz from American Pie. Ed
from American Beauty, American Pie.
Excuse me, American Beauty. Thank you for catching that.
Yes.
Then we have Randy Quid. He plays the dad, Mr. Briggs, parody to the dad from She's All That, as well as the dad from Pretty in Pink. Sandy Sue, the new girl in school, which is parody to Sandy Olsen, Olivia Newton-John character in Grease, which I never knew. The one with Tourette's.
What?
But
wait, no, who's she supposed to play?
She plays Sandy from Grease. She's parody to Sandy in Grease. Sandy Sue. She plays Sandy Sue, parody to the real Sandy Olsen.
Oh, Sandy.
Yeah,
they down bad for that. They didn't have to bring Grease in here.
Yes.
I didn't think about who she was parodying, but I just always thought it was weird that she was
I didn't think about 50s. It either.
All right, JD Weedy, let's dive in.
All right.
Oh, I'm about to dive in.
Oh, wow. Dive in. When I was typing this movie, I forgot how vulgar it was. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness. I can't believe we're doing such a vulgar movie.
R-rated this film is.
Oh, Jesus. So, the movie begins with...
This is our first R-rated film.
Yes.
Look at us.
So, cover your ears, children. So, the movie begins with Janey Briggs enjoying her morning in bed, watching a movie.
There's just not another time to really... Sorry. There's
Okay.
not another time for us to do this movie. It only makes sense.
to do it
If
right
we
after.
She's All That, so do it right after.
And we've done a couple, of these movies already. So
Yeah, and it's like we've done a few of these already.
Right, yes.
Cruel Intentions, 10 Things I Hate About You, Bring It
She's All
On,
That.
She's All That,
There's another one in here.
All right.
Okay. So, I'm surprised we haven't done Pretty in Pink yet.
I know.
Or
The
60
Breakfast,
Candles.
but we've done The Breakfast
We've done
Club.
Breakfast Club. Anyway. So Janey Briggs is in bed. She's watching a movie. She's watching She's All That, actually. But I don't think it's the real version. I think it's like
It's not.
It's not the real version, but it's She's All That.
But yeah, she's watching She's All That, but the version that they have in this movie is not Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah, no.
It's actors.
Yes. So Janey takes this time to pleasure herself. She whips out a dildo.
It's a vibrator.
a vibrator.
And it says, it's huge. Vibrator is massive, but it
pink.
says on it, my tiny little vibrator.
But it's pretty big.
The biggest vibrator I've ever seen.
So she begins to pleasure herself, but as soon as she starts, she's interrupted by her dad and her little brother coming in to wish her a happy frickin' birthday.
Happy birthday, Janey.
So sweet of her. She's trying to conceal her masturbation. I don't know how to talk about this, but as she's doing that, look who else is here. Her grandparents walk in.
They're like, happy birthday, Janey.
Oh wow!
She's like, Grandpa, what are you guys doing here? And then it just keeps on getting worse.
A priest comes in.
The priest comes in. Father O'Flanagan.
Is that his name?
Yes,
Jesus.
walks in.
The nerve.
The Irish Catholic priest walks in. And then he's like, happy birthday, Janey. And then I brought the kids from the center down here with you. They want to tell you happy birthday, too.
You know this
Then
family
they
don't go to
walk
church.
Right.
This family does not go to church.
Literally, they all walk in. And they're like, hey, Janey, happy birthday, Janey. Happy birthday, Janey. It smells in here, Janey. And then
gross.
everybody's just in there.
Mhm.
Everybody.
Then the dog comes in.
Then the dog comes in.
He blows the spot up.
While this is all happening, the vibrator is still very much on,
Yeah, it's
and I would have
inside
to
her.
assume still very much on her clitoris.
Inside,
And it is just not a good thing. And then so the dog walks in. He, I guess, with his dog senses, hears the vibrator vibrating, and he does what dogs do, and he attacks her with the vibrator, and she's got the vibrator underneath the blanket so no one can really see, but he's attacking her, and he rips off the blanket, revealing the vibrator, and then the vibrator goes flying into the air, does a couple of flips, a couple of 360s, and lands onto her birthday cake that her grandmother is holding, and splatters everywhere on Janey, on the grandparents, the poor kids, Priest O'Flanagan, everybody.
Everyone's affected by this.
And then I also think she finishes.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Janey!
And that scene was like American Pie. I haven't seen American Pie yet, but there's one
Yeah.
pretty similar.
His dad walks in on him
masturbating.
doing
Yeah.
whatever,
Masturbating.
Mhm.
So, cut to the first day of school. We see a guy giving a group of
The
freshmen.
guy from How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, that is the guy from How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, he's giving a tour.
He did look familiar. I was like, I don't remember where he's from because I never really watched the show. But he's giving a tour to a group of freshmen. He's basically giving the rundown of John Hughes High School.
The high school is named after the writer and director of not American Pie, of The Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, and 10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh, so he wrote all those things.
And Ferris Bueller's Day
Day
Off.
Off. Oh my
John
God.
Hughes. Yeah.
That's
John Hughes High School.
Wait, that's hilarious. I love that. They're like, this is the man who makes high school.
Right. Well, this is the man who writes about American high school.
Yes. So he tells them this high school is different from the rest of the high school. There are no social groups. There are no cliques. And then he proceeds to divide them into very specific social groups.
And cliques.
There's the jocks, who I like to point out, when they're standing by each other, their Letterman jackets spell out jocks.
Oh, does it really? That's hilarious. I
Right?
did not notice that.
There's the nerds, the popular slutty girls. And then he tells them that these are going to be only friends for your rest of the high school career. Get to know them, get to love them. This is where you're hanging out.
After he just said there's no social cliques.
After he just
whatsoever.
told them that
Cut to, we see Janey and her little brother Mitch and her dad all in the car. They're driving. Their dad is driving them to school.
Drunk, probably.
Probably. Janey is reading a book entitled what is it called?
How to Make a Rebellious Statement by Ignoring Boys.
That is the book that she is reading.
And this is her version of a Cat Stratus.
This is giving Cat Stratus from 10 Things I Hate About You. Very much.
And she makes a point of saying stuff like, I'm not a typical high school girl.
She's like, I eat tofu and I listen to Bikini Kills and I read I read Sylvia Plath. Okay.
Yes. It's actually a really good girl band name.
Bikini Kill. It is. And she's like, I'm not a regular girl. I'm a unique rebel. And then Mitch proceeds to call her a lesbo. And then he's like, come on, Janey, if you're not having sex, Dad won't let me have sex, which is, of course, another homage to 10 Things I Hate About You.
Exactly.
And then she's like, I'm a unique rebel. He calls her a lesbo. And then the dad's like, look, if she wants to be a carpet muncher, Mitch, let her be a carpet muncher.
Thanks, Dad.
And she's like, thanks, Daddy. And then so they pull up at the school right before the dad hits a cheerleader with his car.
You know how that goes.
And then Janey and Mitch get out. They're very broken down, beat up hoopty of a pickup truck that the dad is driving.
So in this version of She's All That, the dad is dirt poor.
Dirt poor. I think he's more closer to the dad in Pretty in Pink than She's All That.
Yeah.
Because the dad in Pretty in Pink, like, they were poor. They were dirt poor. The dad in Pretty in Pink. It was dirt poor. The dad and She's All That, he was kind of like, he had his own business.
He was a middleman, American man.
Their house was falling apart in Pretty in Pink.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like
I feel like the house that they have in Not Another Teen Movie is an exact replica of the house that they were living in Pretty in Pink.
But it's so big.
Big and decrepit.
Why?
That's how
they love movies. Don't care how much money you got. They're gonna put you in a big house.
Just make it decrepit.
Like, why? Why is this house so big?
Just small and clean.
Right.
It's never small. It's just large and falling apart.
Like, why can they afford this big house?
Because they could afford it once upon a time. Just now they can't.
So ridiculous.
Yeah, this is true. Anywho, so now Jake Weiler pulls up to school.
And it's a red sports car. It's
like a Porsche or something.
I don't know cars, but yes.
One of those expensive sports cars.
He pulls up into a spot that has his name on it. It's reserved just for him. He walks down the hallway to a picture of him.
And then he turns to the next hallway, and now he's looking at a picture of himself framed in the hallway.
I always thought, I'm glad they made fun of that part, because I always thought it was ridiculous, and She's All That he
had a picture of himself.
And then he went up to it and looked at it. I was like, that was ridiculous. Like, what? Who?
I didn't think it was that ridiculous.
Jay.
It just put emphasis on how popular he was.
Yeah, but like, let me go look at that photo of me in the hallway. It's such a narcissistic thing to do.
Well, his character is a bit of a narcissist.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, he's basking in all of his popularity. He's walking down the halls, and girls are literally, not joking, throwing their panties at him. Mm-hmm. And even some of the guys.
Yes.
Arthur.
We don't discriminate here.
Throws his jockstrap at him too.
Thanks, Arthur. Meanwhile, Janey runs into her best friend Ricky, who is like the character from Pretty in Pink, Ducky. And he's telling her how he spent his weekend playing music outside of her house, making her another mixtape, one of the plethora of mixtapes that he's made for her. And he's obsessed with her. And he expresses that he wants her to return his love for her one day, which never will happen.
She's not into him.
And I don't know, she's clearly doesn't even know that he has a crush on her, or like, is that the vibe that you get off?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, she doesn't even know that he has a crush on her.
Or she does know, and she just
doesn't care. She doesn't acknowledge it at all.
Because she's reading the book,
yes,
How to Be a Rebel by Ignoring Boys.
Yes,
and that's what she's doing.
Yeah, this is a very popular trope. The best friend's in love with the girl. The girl's in love with the popular guy.
Of course.
You know it.
Moving on. So then we are taken to Mitch. He's walking the halls. You remember Janey's little brother?
Yeah, I didn't like his scenes. His scenes were disgusting. His scenes are gross.
Every time he comes on the scene, it's something gross.
Yeah, it's something
well,
gross.
he's gross. He's a gross teenage boy. That's what they
Horny.
do. So we are introduced to Mitch. Well, we've already been introduced to Mitch, but now we're introduced to Mitch and his friends. They are literally the catalyst. I don't know if that's the right word I'm using, but they encompass literally the entire film of American Pie.
Yeah, catalyst.
Just they are American Pie.
Yes,
that is who they are.
That's who they represent.
This movie is She's All That, but Mitch and his friends are American Pie.
Yes.
So Mitch goes up to his friends, Ox and oh my God, what's the other one's name?
I didn't write down their names.
You did not.
That was like
I see.
Because I didn't like them. I didn't want to talk
they
about
were
that.
so gross.
It was so gross.
They were disgusting.
I don't want to comment further on them. Ox and Bruce.
I feel like they never say his name. So we're introduced to Oz and Bruce. Oz is literally the epitome of Ox. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Ox is literally the epitome of Oz. It's gonna get so confusing. From American Pie. And Bruce is a combination of the main character from Karate Kid and Can't Hardly Wait and Jim from American Pie.
I didn't know the Karate Kid part. That part's random.
That part's hilarious.
But it also makes sense because in the end, she said something about Karate Kid. And I was like, that's so random that she said that.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll circle back to it, but yes.
So they're walking down the hall. Mitch is like, hey guys, did we do what we said we were going to do and reach our goal of losing our virginities over the summer by senior year? And they're like, no. We're just freshmen. And then he's like, still, it's important.
Right.
And so while he's walking down the halls, he's emphasizing how important it is that they lose their virginities. And then as he's walking down the hall, we are introduced to Amanda Becker, who is a parody of Amanda Beckett from Can't Hardly Wait. She walks down the stairs. She's looking very pretty, very
slow
gorgeous. She's walking slow motion because that's exactly how Amanda Beckett walked in Can't Hardly Wait. And Mitch, is in awe by her beauty, her popularity, her poise, her gorgeousness, and he is in love with her.
He has a goal to conquer that beast. So Jake meets up with his football friends. We meet Reggie Ray, who is 5 concussions away from being dead. Varsity Blues.
Because he has a blood clot the size of a grapefruit.
Yeah, from football. Austin, who is Jake's
arch nemesis, frenemy, best
hater,
friend,
right?
Frenemy.
Who likes to remind everyone that Jake isn't first string anymore because of some football accident he calls. Wink, wink. We don't know what that is. And then we meet Malik, who says he's a token. I think he's actually says himself. He's a token black friend who's just there to say shit, damn, and that is whack.
Shit, damn, that is whack.
When appropriate,
In his black sense.
Yes.
So then Jake and his friends, they're standing around by the lockers. Then we see Catherine strutting down the hallways in a schoolgirl uniform. Even though this is public school, she's dressed like she is going to Catholic high school.
And she apparently graduated 4 years ago.
What is she doing here? So then she walks up to Jake and says something really weird. She
says that
why? She asks Jake she poses this question to Jake. She says, Jake, why is it that every time I tell a guy he can stick it anywhere he wants, he puts it in my ass? And then Jake is like, whoa, Catherine, that's way too much information. And she's like, oh, Jake, too much information more than me telling you.
I can't.
Is that after they're done, I take a huge shit on their chest.
And then Malik goes, shit,
damn, that is whack. Keep in mind here that Jake and Catherine are brothers and sisters.
It was up until like later on, I was like, they're not stepsisters, are they? They're legit.
No, they're as in Cruel Intentions, how they are stepbrother and sister. Mm-hmm. In this film, Jake and Catherine, who is based off of the sister in Cruel Intentions, they are in fact blood brothers and sisters.
Yes.
Hilariously disgusting.
Hilariously disgusting.
So then once Jake's little exchange with his sister, who has the hots for him, is done, then enters Priscilla.
Yes.
Who is the it girl, most popular girl in school, and she is the original Margot Robbie.
Why you say that?
She looks exactly like Margot Robbie.
There's so many people who look like Margot Robbie.
No. There's people who kind of sort of
so.
feature. This woman literally has the same face as Margot Robbie.
I guess so.
When Margot Robbie hit the scenes, I was like, is this not that chick from Can't Hardly Wait? I was like, is this not her? I was like, why did she suddenly get younger?
No.
I was like, is
She's
this
not
not...
Can't Hardly Wait, right?
Did I say Can't Hardly
Yeah.
Wait?
I'm
This
sure.
is not the chick from Not Another Teen Movie
Okay.
because I literally cannot.
I cannot.
I think she is in Can't Hardly Wait.
Jamie.
She is in Can't Hardly Wait.
Is she? She's.
Because there's like a couple, yeah. Because there's like
She is. This.
the main jock guy. He and his friends. Because you remember
She's
in
one
Can't
of the-
Hardly Wait, he breaks up with Amanda Beckett, and then he tells his friends to break up with their girlfriends.
Oh, she's one of the.
She's one of the girlfriends.
Oh, that's funny.
She is in Can't Hardly Wait. Look at that. Anywho, so she is in Can't Hardly Wait. She has the same face as Margot Robbie.
She does.
The exact same face.
She does. But a lot. I'm not saying she doesn't, but I'm saying a lot of people look like Margot Robbie. Every time I see an actress,
Not
like,
the way she looks like Margot Robbie. It's insane.
Excuse me.
It's actually scary.
Terrified.
It's uncanny. It's crazy.
I guess so.
Everybody Google Margot Robbie and then Google a side by side with Jamie Presley,
And then
tell
Google
me otherwise.
every actress that people say
The other
Margot
ones
Robbie.
really don't look like
I think they do.
that chick from the Train movie.
The Train movie.
The murder.
Bullet
No, the
Oh.
Death on the Nile. Whatever.
Yes.
She don't really look like her that much.
She looks just like it to me.
No.
It was okay. So what's funny is for the Barbie movie, they put the girl from.
Of course they did.
They put her in there because they were like, "Oh my god, y'all look so much alike. Let's put her in the movie." And then when they got them on set, they were like, "You know what? We don't look that much alike."
They don't.
But they look so much alike.
They don't. If they wanted to put somebody in there who looked like her, they should have put Jamie Presley.
But
in there.
like, but they look so much like. But I guess when you see them side by side, they don't. But they look
'Cause
so
they
much
don't.
alike.
Yeah,
they
they
look so
don't.
much like alike.
if you
I think
put
so.
Jamie Presley and Margot Robbie next to each other, you'd be like, which one is who? You'd have to put a marker on one of their wrists to dignify which one was which. So, anywho, Priscilla walks in. She walks up to Jake. Priscilla is Jake's boyfriend, by the way. She walks up to
Priscilla
Jake.
is Jake's girlfriend.
Girlfriend, excuse me, thank you. Priscilla is Jake's girlfriend, by the way. She walks up to Jake and she says, Jake, I need some T to the fourth power Y. And Jake's like, English? I don't know what the fuck you're saying. And she says, some time to talk to you.
T to the fourth power Y.
Time to talk to you.
Oh,
That makes
okay.
sense.
T to the fourth
T
power.
to the fourth power Y.
Okay,
It made sense to me, Priscilla. So they walk off. They go have their conversation. Just like in She's All That, Priscilla is now revealing to Jake that she is breaking up with him for somebody else. That somebody else is Les. He is a parody of some character from American Beauty. He has a video camera. He's weird. And he has a floating plastic bag that follows him around.
In the movie, he
records
records.
in the movie
American
in American
Beauty.
Pie. He
Beauty.
records. What did I say? American
American
Pie.
Pie.
Excuse me. See, this is really gonna get sticky. In American Beauty, the parody to Les, records a video of a plastic bag
And talks
floating
about
around.
how beautiful it is.
And he says how it's
Do
the
you
most
think
beautiful thing he's ever
That's
seen.
where Katy Perry got her inspiration for Do You Ever Feel Like a Plastic Bag Floating Through the Wind, Ready to Start Again? Maybe so. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe they were onto something.
Maybe they were onto something with that plastic bag. But anywho, so she is leaving him for Les, who is a weirdo with a video camera and a plastic bag attached to him. And on the plastic bag, it says, the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. The plastic bag.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's what it says on the plastic bag?
the plastic bag says, the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
The plastic
The
bag.
plastic bag.
Okay. Is that our quote? I don't know.
So she breaks up with him and he is very confused and upset, but
Yeah, it is what it is.
It's high school, man. You live and you learn.
So while that's going on, Janey's in art class, and she is passionately painting. And then we zoom to see the art that she's painting, and it is a stick figure.
I mean, there's like paint splatter all over the place. She's going in. You swear to God, she's making a Picasso over here.
Right.
This is like,
she's like,
she gets the red paint, she gets the black paint, she's listening to Bikini Kill.
Something like that.
She's going in.
Yes.
She's going in.
Stick figure.
It's a stick
that
figure.
might be my favorite. It's like every time she draws, it's going to be a stick figure. And I love that.
Just like in She's All That, every time she draws, it's a freaking clown.
Stick figure.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What?
I know we're literally like a quarter way through this, but I wanted to name literally every single movie that this movie references. Can I do that?
You can do that already?
No.
Okay.
It's not going to be that long. You ready?
Okay. Randomly.
So, this movie takes and pulls references from Grease, Airplane, My Bodyguard, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Porky's, Risky Business, The Karate Kid, Repo Man, 16 Candles, Better Off Dead, The Breakfast Club, Just One of the Guys, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Lucas, Pretty in Pink, Can't Buy My Love, 3 O'Clock High, License to Drive, Heathers, The Naked Gun from the Flies of Police Squad, Dazed and Confused, Rudy, Clueless, Independence Day, Can't Hardly Wait, The Facility, Pleasantville, 10 Things I Hate About You, American Beauty, American Pie, Cruel Intentions, Detroit Rocky City, Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo, Drop Dead Gorgeous, Election, Jawbreaker, Never Been Kissed, She's All That, Superstar, Varsity Blues, Almost Famous, Bring It On, Dude, Where's My Car, Road Trip, Unbreakable, Save the Last Dance, and Summer Catch.
You just gave me a headache.
Yes.
Because one, I'm just like...
100 of them, I'm like...
What's this movie? And then I'm like, how? And then I was just like, I have to stop listening.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, how?
Literally, some of these I'm like, literally when and where. But some of them are tiny. Like, Fast Times at Ridgemont High is literally like a line that Spicoli says is written on like the chalkboard in the background.
Oh.
So it's like tiny stuff.
And some of these movies never heard of.
Some
You said
of
Airplane?
Yeah, Airplane, never heard of it. The one with the police.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
The Naked Gun from the Flies of the Police Squad. I don't know.
What a title.
what a title.
The Naked Gun from the what?
Yeah. Independence Day. I'm like, how did that get in here? Like,
No
what?
idea.
Where is that coming from?
Independence Day.
I don't know who. This is on Wikipedia now. I don't know what their sources are, but you know.
I always trust Wikipedia, no matter what. But why Janey is in art class painting the hell out of that freaking stick figure, man. She gets interrupted by getting a call from the principal's office, and she arrives at the principal's office, and she's asked to show around the new foreign exchange student,
Areola, who is a parody to Nadia from American Pie. And Areola is butt-ass naked. Areola's out. Vash is out, booty hole out.
This
it's
movie's
all out.
really. I feel like they don't even make rated R movies like this anymore.
This is very
rated R. This is
rated
like
R.
X. Yes.
X. And we've left out a lot of the R-rated stuff.
Yeah, I can't.
Like when Mitch is walking down the hallway and that girl's literally having sex, and we get her bare butt against the window.
Some of the stuff I'm watching, I'm like, oh my god, this is too much.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh. And you want to know what's crazy? I am almost 99.9% positive. I saw this movie first before I ever saw She's All That.
I would have to agree with that.
I know I know I saw this movie first before I saw She's All That. Because I remember being younger, watching this movie. I'm like, well, what movie could they be possibly making fun of? Like, I don't. And I feel like you're the one who told me, like, no, this is based off of another movie. And I'm like, are you sure? And I was like,
Are you sure about that?
I've never even heard of this movie.
Are you sure about that?
That they're making fun of, that they're making a mockery of. Tell me more. Do tell.
Walk me down.
Walk me through this She's All That.
Full circle.
That's just so good that they must make fun of.
It's so iconic.
That's so trend-setting.
Now you know.
And now look at us.
Now you know. It's your favorite freaking movie.
It's my favorite freaking film.
So Ariel tells, the principal that she is there to help.
Not Ariel.
Areola. Sorry. Not Ariel.
Areola.
Areola is there to help nerd kids lose their virginity because, they can't have sex with regular American boys.
American girls because they know better.
Yes, so that's what she's there for. And then meanwhile, we also get a scene in the main office. There's these two guys talking about how there's apparently a student that's undercover, and she's a news reporter, and she's pretending to be a high school student. And then we see this old lady walk by.
And she asks them where the biology lab is.
No, English teacher, because
Oh.
Because
she asked where the English teacher is?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Well, because I had never been kissed. She was in love with the English teacher.
Anywho, she's about 89 years old.
Yes, she's clearly the girl. They see her and don't even okay.
They don't even bat an eyelash. She's like 100 years old.
She's like.
Honestly, you could question if she's still alive today. That's how old she is.
I think she died. I looked it up.
Oh, see, she's dead now.
Wait, hold on before I kill this lady off.
Before we kill her prematurely.
Let me confirm. I think she did die. She died in 2018.
Dang.
Yeah, she just died.
Oh. Not just died. She died about 5 years ago.
She was born in 1927 in Los Angeles. Okay, girl. Her birthday is September 13th.
Oh, wow.
Right on your birthday.
Day before. Come on,
She's
Virgo
appeared
sis.
in Mama's Girls. I'm not sure what that is. I just want to stalk this lady.
Enough about her. So she is about 100, and she is the one posing to
She's on Austin and Alley, apparently. Okay, sorry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So she's about 100 years old, posing to be the undercover student that these students, these actual students are talking about. She asks them where the English class is, and they're like, oh, it's over there down the hallway to the right. And they are, not taken aback at all by her haggard age.
Yes. So, end of school is over. Jake is hanging out with his friends once again.
Never been kissed.
Never been kissed.
Did we mention that?
Yeah, I think it did.
We've also done that movie as well.
Jake is hanging out with his friends, and he sees his ex-girlfriend Priscilla making out with Les and the paper bag, and
floating in the background.
Yes, and from here, same like what happens, and she's all that. He's like, ugh, she's a nobody. She didn't have her good looks. She didn't suck balls the way she did. If she wasn't popular, she would be nobody.
And then Austin, of course, is like, whoa, 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 whoa. Watch what you're saying. She's 2 words. Prom queen material.
You said it. Material. That's exactly what he says. Material.
And Jake's like, of course, I can turn anybody into prom queen. And of course, Austin is like, I feel a bet coming on. They take the bet. And then Malik joins in and he's like, I'll take the bet as well. I'll bet that you'll lose, but learn a valuable life lesson in the end. In turn, you winning. In life. That is. Not the bet, but in life.
And Jake's like, yeah.
Jake's like, yeah,
sure.
sure.
I think that one too.
Sure, black guy. I'll do that. And then so while the bet has been made, now Austin is perusing, the high school courtyard.
The options.
For who will be this young lady that will be turned and transformed into prom queen.
Yes. We see a girl who has a hunchback. Too easy. Just too easy.
Remove the hunchback. She's totally doable.
Yes.
Totally doable.
We see an albino guitarist.
Albino chicks with guitars are hot. She's got no pigment whatsoever, and she's blind.
10 out of 10.
Who cares?
And then we see 2 twins who are connected at the neck. What do you call those? I forget what you call them.
By the head.
By the head.
Conjoined twins.
Conjoined twins.
Separate them? 2 perfectly good working chicks.
Right. 2 girls for the price of 1.
Right.
That's what I'm seeing.
Too easy. Easily prom queen.
Way too easy.
Way too easy.
This movie's so messed up.
So then, after we've seen a hunchback, the hunchback of Notre Dame, really.
A hippie albino.
A hippie albino who's blind. And then 2 sisters conjoined at the head. We see now.
Too easy.
Too easy. We see now Janey Briggs walk in. And she is the perfect specimen.
Is that a ponytail?
The overalls?
Glasses? She's in today's age. She's wearing glasses.
Today's age?
Does she know about modern technology? It's contacts.
The horror. The ponytail. The glasses.
Oh, they're there's paint on her overalls.
The paint covered overalls.
And Jake is concerned.
Anybody but her. Please. Janey Briggs. No. And Austin has made his decision. He's like, it's her.
Mind you, she's even hotter than the girl from She's All That.
Way, way, way hotter. She's stunning. Like, beautiful.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
There's no way that it's so funny.
Like, you could really, if you really, I mean, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, everybody. But if somebody really wants to, like, fight to the death and make the argument that the girl in She's All That, Lainey Boggs, is unattractive, I mean, maybe you can make the argument. There's no argument, saying
right?
this. There's no argument about saying about this girl.
No
and
argument.
I think they did it on purpose. They're like, she
oh yeah,
has to
for
be
sure,
beyond stunning.
Yeah,
Like,
yes.
We have to make her so beautiful.
She must be gorgeous. I don't know. So while that's going on, I thought this was the end of the school day, but it's not actually. So Mitch,
There's more.
yes. So Mitch is hanging out with his friends. Oh my god, American Pie. I didn't even want to talk about this. It's so disgusting. So they are trying to spy on the girls
They're
during
in
PE.
Mitch, Ox, and what's his name? Bruce. Who cares? It is Bruce.
Yeah,
I was right.
Bruce, yeah.
I was just taking a shot in the dark. They're in PE. They're doing their American Pie stuff. And then they see one of the girls exit and go into the girls' locker room after PE. And then they're like, this is a great opportunity for us to, like, take a peek and see what's going on. All that lives on in a all-girl locker room.
I just want to remind everyone, peeking Toms is like the beginning stages of being a serial killer. So
Is it really?
it's the beginning stages of becoming someone who's going to sexually assault a woman. Yes. You flashing your penis to people. I mean, not you flashing your penis, but you spying on women is the beginning stages of you becoming someone who's going to kill somebody.
And that is a life lesson of
That's
the
my
game.
lesson. So don't become Mitch. Bruce.
Don't be Mitch, Oz, and Bruce.
Yes.
So then, of course, they take it upon themselves to spy on the girls in the locker room. So somehow they make their way up to the air vents. And as they're crawling through the air vents, how they get up there, I don't know. As they're crawling through the air vents, they just missed by a hair, by the skin on their teeth, some of the greatest action that they probably would have ever witnessed.
Right, some girl
spying on a girl's locker room.
Right.
They literally missed two girls, like, I guess, fondling, canoodling each other. And then they even say, I can't believe we did all that stuff to each other, Chrissy. It was a one-time experience, Julie, and it'll never happen ever again. And they literally just missed it.
Darn.
And then Mitch is like, crap, we missed it. Let's keep going. So then they keep going, and then they make their way towards the bathroom that's over. They're in the vent that's over the ladies' bathroom.
Yes.
And Bruce is like, watching a girl pee-pee is not something I want to see. And Oz is like, I agree. Anywho, she ends up, they're like, Mitch is like, relax. Let's just enjoy the moment.
Oh God.
She takes down her panties. She starts peeing. They're like, oh, this isn't too bad. Then she gets a little gassy. She's a little gassy. She released like one fart. And they're like, oh.
She toots.
A little toot.
A little toot.
And then she hits him with another one. And then another one. And then another good one.
I can't believe you're doing this right now. She's really putting her all to those parts.
And at this point, they're suffocating by her farts. They're like, oh my God, this is horrendous. This is
blowing up bad.
terrible. Meanwhile,
in English class.
in English class, now we're taking an English class. Meanwhile, in English class, Janey's sitting in English. The not professor, I guess the teacher, is like, does anybody have a poem from their last homework assignment that they'd like to share? Ricky. Pick me. It's like, ooh, pick me, Professor Conley, pick me. And he's like, oh, Ricky, fine. So Ricky goes up. Remember, Ricky is a parody to Ducky from Pretty in Pink, so he's in love with Janey. He goes up. He begins to read his poem, which is very much like the poem from 10 Things I Hate About You.
I love it when
And
Janey
it goes
walks.
something to the effect of, when Janey walks. I love it when Janey talks. I love it when Janey says hi. I love it when Janey says bye. I love it when Janey says, see you in English.
Something like that. Yeah.
I love following Janey to the mall. I love collecting tiny little Janey hairballs.
Oh wow, you really know this. I'm pretty sure that's
It rhymed. So he's going on and on about his little poem, and then the professor's like, God, please sit down. So then the professor goes on about this like spiel about how kids just don't appreciate the art of today and the past, and he's just going on this huge spiel. Meanwhile, while the boys are in the air vent, the girl, she's gone from gas to full-on diarrhea.
Yeah, she's blowing it up.
She's blowing up the toilet seat. They're stuck in there. They're in the air vents. As her diarrhea gets more and more severe, the teacher's speech gets more passionate and and vigor and angry and just aggressive. And then it's just like a back and forth, a tussle between her farts and her diarrhea getting more severe. And then the teacher's speech getting more passionate. And then at one point, it's just a huge explosion of the teacher's speech in her butthole. And she is putting in so much work into that plumbing system that everything just explodes. The guys fall from the vent. Then she falls from the toilet. That floor collapses into the English classroom, and there's human feces everywhere. And everyone's covered in shit.
And that is a scene that I'm not fond of.
But Jordan left that out in the notes, but I was like, we have to tell the scene. I like it encompasses everything about this movie so well. This is the kind of movie that we're dealing with.
This is the kind of movie.
She shitted so hard that she collapsed 2 floors.
Yes.
And now there's feces everywhere.
We've
And
all
then
been
she
there.
farts one more time, and she's like, excuse me.
She has no shame.
But that's just a sidebar, not really super important to the storyline here, but I just felt like it needed to be said.
Needs to be said. So at lunch, damn, this is like a full school day. I really thought the school day was over.
Right.
So at lunch,
This is still
first day.
Yeah. So Jake asked her, hey, Janey, have you ever thought about what it might be like to be the most popular girl in school? And then she's like, you mean anorexic, superficial, and a whore who lacks any long-term goals? And he's like, exactly. Precisely. And then she's like, why are you talking to me, Jake? You haven't talked to me in like 4 years. And then Jake replies, if you're referring to that time that I saw you at the movie theater, I actually wasn't waving at you. I was waving at the person behind you. So it's actually been more like 6. And then she just looks at him, and he's like, so are you interested in like hanging out sometime in public? And then she just walks away.
Yeah. She's like, no.
So his plan didn't really work. It didn't really take
It's not off to a good run.
It's not at all.
While that's going on, Priscilla is holding cheerleading tryouts because one of her cheerleaders is down. They need to replace her.
Because they have a competition coming up against the East Compton,
North
Wildcats. Oh, North Compton Wildcats.
Who always bring it.
Bring what, Priscilla?
It.
Yeah, but what is it?
I'll answer that. Just the general it. I think Priscilla is my favorite character out of all these people. I think she's giving 110%, and I think she's an amazing actress in this movie.
Really?
I really love her.
Why do you say that?
Because I feel like everything she says is funny.
Oh.
I don't know. I just really like her character. I feel like everything she says is funny.
She is funny, yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know. She's just really
I
into
think it's
it.
really hard to be as pretty as she is and be funny, and she's doing it.
Right. I feel like it's a terrible thing to say. Like, it's really hard to be a funny girl. It's like never happened before.
It's like never in the history of the world. A girl who's funny and pretty, it's like impossible.
But I don't know. She just doesn't see. She's just. I
say that because I feel like I've seen her a lot.
Something in other things.
In like funny roles. So I don't know. You're right. That was horrible to say. But that's not how it came out. Is not how I meant it. Okay.
She got it. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I just think everything she says is funny. I think her character is hilarious, and the way she's acting is 110%. Just think she's
My hat's off to her.
My hat's off to her.
We give it to her.
So while tryouts, who comes in, Jade?
Enters Sandy Sue.
Sandy.
She's a new girl in town, in school. She's dressed like she's going to a sock hop in the 1950s.
Mm-hmm.
She's got the little like blonde hair curl flip up. And
Classic.
She introduces herself as Sandy Sue. Happy to be here. And they're like, okay, what do you have for us today? And then she starts with the cheer, and then she blurts out, insert Tourette's moment. And then she's like, I'm so sorry, it's my Tourette's. And then she walks off. And then Priscilla consults with her team, and she's like, you know what?
No. Okay. Let's get one thing straight. This is not a cheerocracy. I am the cheer-tater. I make the cheer decisions around here, and I will deal with the cheer consequences. Now, if there are no more cheeruptions, we can cheer-tin you.
Group stick figure mask. Copy.
She'll cheer do.
She'll cheer do.
So Sandy Sue makes the team. Tourette's and all.
This whole scene is she'll cheer.
She'll cheer do.
So Jake, she's so funny to me. So Jake is at football practice, and he happens to be the only one sitting on the bench. Jake has a flashback of a, I'm assuming it's like a high school game from last year. Maybe
we're literally still at the first day of school.
Yes.
We've literally
Okay, so Jake is at practice. He's sitting by himself on the bench, and he has a flashback maybe last year of a football game, maybe the championship, and we see that, you know, they're about to win the game.
They're literally ahead by like 30 points.
Yes. And coach is like, go out there and, you know, just take a knee, wrap it up.
He's like, don't do anything stupid. Don't do anything crazy. We're about to win the game. Go out there, take a knee, and that's it.
But Jake, being the nice man that he is, he goes out there and he talks to the little nerdy boy on the team, who's
Marty.
Rudy.
Oh, yeah.
Supposed to be like Rudy. He's tiny. He's probably never played a real game. This is the last game he's ever going to play because the season's over. And Jake is like, hey, you know,
I think we should throw the ball to Marty,
yes.
he says. And then everyone's like, Jake,
what?
Coach just said. He's like, I don't care what Coach said. And they're like, but we only have like 2 minutes left in the game. All we have to do, I don't care. And then Marty's like, hey, guys.
I don't care either.
Me here. I'm just really happy to be here. Like, oh, gosh. Oh, shucks. Gee, thanks. But, you know, that's okay.
Have you ever seen Rudy?
No, I haven't.
It's so good.
I
almost cried.
I've heard you talk about it before.
So good.
I haven't had the pleasure.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Varsity Blues?
No.
So good.
Damn. But Rudy's is such an inspirational movie.
So is Varsity Blues.
Is it though? I feel like it's a regular movie.
Not is it?
But
though?
Rudy's based on a true story.
Do you even know what? Whatever. Do you even know what Varsity Blues is about? I'm sure Varsity Blues has happened to many people.
Football, we win.
No.
They lose. Do they lose in Varsity Blues?
No. So it's about So Varsity
Make
Blues.
it quick.
Right? Varsity Blues. Paul Walker's character. He's in Varsity Blues, right? He's like the it football player. He's like He's like the. You know, he's like the main guy.
Yes.
He's the quarterback. Main guy.
Yes.
He gets injured one game. Like he's got everything lined up. He's going to this college. He's gonna go to the NFL. He gets injured one game.
Mm-hmm.
He's out. Will never play ever again.
Mm-hmm.
The second guy, like the second string football player, now becomes the mainstream, and now he literally gets everything that Paul Walker has.
Oh.
Like he gets the attention. They're like a small town, so he gets the attention. He gets the notoriety. All the girls. He gets his girlfriend, and then it's just like that's what it's about.
You know what Rudy's about? Rudy's
this
about
guy who plays for Notre Dame and he gets to play.
No.
He wins.
Rudy's dad they were always into football. Rudy's always had a dream about playing football. He goes to Notre Dame. He's on the practice squad. He gets a chance to freaking play. In the end, he scores like a touchdown. They put Rudy on his chest, and everyone screams, Rudy, Rudy, Rudy. It's so cute. His dad's at home watching the game. He's like, that's my son. Ah! It's so good. Just thinking about it makes me want to cry.
I can't tell if you're like angry.
I just remember watching it the first time. I was like, Rudy, this is amazing.
I guess I'll have to watch it one day.
Cinema. But I mean, honestly, if we had to watch it in high school, so had they not forced me to watch it, I would have never watched it.
Oh, you had to watch it in high school? For what reason?
I don't know. I feel like we had to watch it in like religion class because he went to Notre Dame. Is that a religious school? I think it is. I don't know. But anywho,
You don't say.
So Mitch, Jake is gonna throw the ball to
Marty.
Marty.
Jake is gonna throw the ball to Marty. Marty's like, hey guys, I'm just happy to be here. And he's like, Marty, sometimes you gotta follow your dreams and go after what you want. He gives us like the whole big, corny blah 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 spiel. And then Marty's like, okay.
I'm not mad at it. Might as well. Sure. We're gonna win anyways. Catch a ball once.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's sweet. It's a sweet gesture.
Yeah, he's Rudy.
Yeah, he's like, we're gonna win anyway. Just catch the ball, get the opportunity.
It's your dream, maybe.
Right. So they're like, okay, fine. They make the play. They set it up, right?
But
everyone's like, no, Marty, go over there, Marty. Marty don't know what to do. Marty don't know what's going on. He got glasses. This is his first time out here.
He's really tiny.
This is his first time out here. So then Play's going. It's starting. Jake throws the ball. He throws it to Marty. Marty's like, no, don't throw it to me. Like, he's like waving his hand in the air. Like, no, don't throw it to me. He throws it to him anyway. Marty catches it. And he's like, oh my God.
I caught it.
We have like a moment. The crowd kind of
And he
silent.
gets a touchdown because he touched it.
Oh, yeah. And he gets a touchdown.
He catches
And
it.
then Marty's like, I did it. Right as he catches it. In that split moment. Two wide receivers?
Yeah.
I don't know. They tackle him from opposite ends.
One high, one low.
One high, one low, one on the left, one on the right. They tackle him from opposite ends. Split the kid's body in half. He's been decapitated.
Someone in the background goes, nice catch. He says, good hands, Morty.
No, he's like, walk it off, Marty. Walk it off, Marty. His body is torn in half. His intestines are laying on the 55-yard line. Literally, he's dead.
Marty has died.
And that's they're like, walk it off, Marty.
And that is why Jake is on the bench.
For literally his entire high school football
the rest
career.
of it, yes.
So he's having that flashback while he's sitting on the bench at football practice.
Yes.
Then he snaps back into reality. He wakes up. He realizes practice is over. He runs up to coach and he's like, hey, coach, I didn't even get to practice. And he's like, get to practice? Get to practice? You're lucky you even get to dress out in uniform after that stunt you pulled last season. Then he takes Jake off the ground and snaps his back in half. He's like, get off my field. And then Jake walks off in pain.
So we cut to, we see Mitch and his friends in detention because of the whole air vent situation and breaking the ceiling and all that jazz. We get a real Breakfast Club scene.
Mitch is John Boehner. Ox is Andrew the jock, and then Bruce is Brian. So they're all in detention. They look like they are literally in the exact replica.
Yes, it is.
Library
It has to
of
be
the
the same
Breakfast
library.
Club. And then Mitch is like, okay, guys, starting today, we make a pact to officially lose our virginities. And then Ox is literally like,
we
we make this pact like every other day. And then he's like, no, but I'm serious this time. And then they're like, okay, yeah, sure, totally. So they're all in. And then as they're making this pact,
Richard Vernon comes in.
the real Richard Vernon from the Breakfast Club, who's now died.
He's
dead.
Oh.
I think he died a couple years after this.
Oh.
A heart attack, one of those things, you know.
Dang.
The thing that killed men so often.
And they basically recreate that scene where it's like, if you talk back to me, I'm gonna have your life for the rest of
Your natural born lives.
No. So. Bo.
He was a famous clown.
Bo.
Your mother's a whore. Ho. He was a famous clown. Bobo. That's it.
Mitch. Stop.
That's another one. But I was in another. So does that make 8 for Mitch or 1 for Oz? And another. I got you for the for the rest of your natural born lives.
I really appreciate that some of these actors really came out for this film. I really appreciate that.
I don't know who else besides. Oh, I guess.
Molly
Ringwald. Yeah.
Molly Ringwald.
And we got a Melissa Joan Hart cameo too.
Yes, he says from Crying Out. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. I love that. I love that they came to make fun of the movies that they're famous for.
They are a part of.
Yeah. Let's see. So Jake arrives home and he walks into his room to find his dad hanging up a banner that says Princeton. So Jake, just like in She's All That, doesn't want his dad's life. And his dad's like, okay, just try out college for 4 years. And if you don't like it, you can come work at my law firm.
And then he's like, no, I don't want your life. And then his dad's like, okay, I heard that you broke up with Priscilla. I actually have a girl for you that will help you get over all of this. And then Jake's like, really? And he's like, yeah. And then so he brings her in and it's his mom. And then he's like, that's mom. And he's like, yeah, I know, she's great. And then he's like, what is wrong with you? Get out of my room.
My favorite part is that she doesn't say anything.
She doesn't say anything. She's like, yeah. I feel like she doesn't know why she was getting sit in the room. Like, she's like just as confused as Jake.
Oh, Jesus. And then after this, Jake goes to reach out to his sister Catherine. And he wants advice on, how to win over Janey.
And he's like, you're the most cruel girl in school.
Cruel? Is that what he says?
Yeah, he says, you're the cruelest girl in school. Cruel intentions.
Yes, I see
like,
that.
You're the cruelest girl in school.
He's so cruel.
Help me. How do I get Janey to fall in love with me?
You don't mean that girl with the glasses and the ponytail, do you?
Don't forget about the paint-covered overalls.
Well, it's going to be difficult. But I think I can help you. For a price. And this time, I don't want your car. I want you.
Oh, Catherine, that's disgusting.
Oh,
You're my sister.
only by blood.
Oh, God. What is wrong with this family?
Hey, do you want my help or not?
And she's like, okay, if you want to win over Janey, you have to do these 3 things. Number 1, earn her trust. So we see Janey's little brother getting beat up and
At school.
And Jake breaks up the fight. But when Mitch accidentally punches Jake in the face,
Because, you know, he's getting the shit beat out of him.
yeah, it's like a 5.
He's just swinging. There's he's getting jumped by 6 different jocks. And so he's just swinging. Jake jumps in to break it all up, and Mitch accidentally hits Jake in the face. And Jake don't like that.
Jake beats the crap out of him.
He's like, "You're gonna hit me?" And he goes to pound down on his face, literally punch after punch after punch, to the point where the people that were originally jumping Mitch,
right,
they're pulling Jake off of him.
Like, relax, dude.
And then Janey comes in, and she's like, "What are you doing? What is wrong with you?"
Yes.
And then Jake's like, "Yeah, don't you mess with him again."
Number 2, make her feel special. She suggests
a song with her name in it.
Exactly. So Jake does this by getting on the outdoor auditorium microphone, the speaker system, and he sings, Janey Briggs got a gun. Janey Briggs has got a gun. So run away from the pain.
And Jenny's looking around like, I
What?
don't have a gun.
So this leads to the school security to tackle her because they think
she's at school with a gun.
Yeah. So this is 10 things I hate about you.
Yes.
And number 3, she says, then he must put the icing on the cake. That's not really a suggestion, but that's what she says. Number 3, you must put the icing on the cake. Where the hell that means.
Seal the deal.
He's got to seal the deal.
You beat the shit out of her brother. You got her tased because you accused her of having a gun at school. And now you got to wrap it all up with some icing.
Jesus.
A sundae of some sort.
So Jake invited Janey over to his house. She only shows up to ask him to leave her alone because ever since he's come into her life, her brother's been beat up. She's got tackled by school.
She's been tased. He's not
helping
her.
anything.
He's ruining her life.
Ooh. But he has other plans in store, honey. So he excuses himself, and then he comes back covered in whipped cream on his nipples, on his genitals,
groins. He's a sundae.
Yeah, he's a
And
sundae.
then she's like, I don't like sundaes. And he's like, what about banana splits? And she's like, I don't like those
that
either. And she's like, goodbye, Jake. So she leaves.
And then as he walks off, you see that there is a banana sticking
split in between his booty cheeks. This scene is from Varsity Blues. Reverse the sexes.
Okay.
Makes a little bit more sense.
Minus the banana. I wonder if what's his name? The actor's name?
Chris Evans.
I wonder if he looks back and like, I can't believe I did that.
I can't believe I put a banana.
Because this is Captain America now.
This is Captain America.
This is Captain
Good for him.
America.
Like, look at him now.
Look at him now. I like him.
Like a bigger star than the guy who he's being a parody to.
Right.
Like a bigger star than Freddie Prinze Jr.
Right. I love that I love
Huge
actors
star.
that could be fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure he doesn't do that anymore.
I feel
because
like he's been up until like Captain America. He was playing pretty like
funny stuff.
goofy
Yeah, like
roles.
goofy. He was in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Love it.
Yeah.
Kind of
even
goofy.
when he was in Fantastic Four, like I feel like his character was really
It's chill.
jokey.
Yeah, love that.
You know. Good for him. We love him and he's hot.
So after all that, we cut to a scene of a very rich, I called him a future frat star. He's walking his parents out of their house as he promises not to throw a big party while there are people bringing in cakes, people setting up for a party clearly, and he's also promising his parents he's not throwing a party, and then he tells his parents, hey, leave the car keys behind because I have to go in the inner city to pick up some hookers. And they're like, oh, sweetie, you have a fun time. You have good time. We love you. See you
be
soon.
safe.
You
We
be
left
safe.
some money on the counter. We
Is
left
this-
some food in the fridge.
Is this whatchamacallit?
This is
Nothing. He retired whiteys.
Risky Business.
Risky
Look
Business,
at you.
yes.
It is.
Okay.
This is seen as a parody to Risky Business. Because he goes and picks up a hooker.
Oh yeah,
His
he
parents
does.
go out of town.
Oh right, that's just so random. So Jake takes it upon himself as a chance to introduce the new Janey, or the soon-to-be new Janey, to the world. And he invites himself over. He shows up at Janey's house along with his sister Catherine.
She's like, what are you doing here? He's like, we're going to Preston's party.
Let's do it.
She's like, I look like a mess. And then enters Catherine. She's like, that's why I'm here.
You know what's so funny? That he decided to take her on a date, but they don't like each other. Like they never even came to like a resolution.
That is, and this is where I will insert my statement. Throughout this entire movie, I was like, when do we even see them interact?
It doesn't matter. It's a parody.
When,
right? It does not
like,
matter.
when do they even form a bond or relationship? Like, this whole movie, like, we never see them together.
Yeah.
Like, we literally go from him getting her tased. She tells him to leave her alone. They go to the party. They don't hang out with each other at the party.
Right.
And then the next scene, they're like in love. And I'm like, y'all literally have spent zero time together. Like,
They're
we
like,
have
y'all know
never,
the real story.
We have never seen y'all together throughout this entire film.
That's not important. We're here for
I
the
was
parody.
like, where's
honey.
like the character development of their romance? There isn't any.
No, silly girl.
No, pish posh.
Pish
That's
posh.
not happening.
We're here for the humor.
So then enters Catherine. She's like, that's why I'm here. So Catherine takes Janey upstairs to her room. She looks at her. She dissects her. She's like, what should I do? And then she's like, I've got it. And then Jenny's like, what? And she's like, this may be a little crazy. It may be a little unorthodox, but you're going to have to trust me. And she's like, okay, fine. What does she do? She takes off the glasses and removes the ponytail holder.
Genius.
And she's like, oh, there it is. I've done it. I did it. Look at it. Look at my work. Look at it.
You're hot now.
You're hot now. All you had to do was take off the glasses and remove the ponytail, and look at you.
Who
You went from
knew?
an ugly duckling to a beautiful swan.
Gorgeous.
So,
Gorgeous.
after her makeover,
Quote unquote.
she puts on the red dress. She makes her way downstairs.
Same red dress. Well, not the same
It's
one,
not
but
the same red
but
dress, but
yeah,
a similar dress to what we see Lainey Boggs
wearing
What's her name? Janey Briggs. Okay, the similar dress that we see Lainey Boggs wear, and she's all that. And as she's walking down the steps, we hear the same song.
Kiss me beneath the milky night, standing behind the green grass. Kiss me. I think it's so funny they included that song. I was like,
love
y'all.
that they did that.
I was like, y'all not playing no games. Like, we are making fun of this movie. Everyone should know.
Everyone needs to be aware.
Yes, I love that.
So she's walking down the steps to the same fantastic song that Lainey Boggs walks down to the steps. And as she was walking down the steps, her house being so old and decrepit, she trips. Her foot gets stuck in the staircase. And as she tries to take her foot out of the hole that she has created in the staircase, she just creates a bigger hole. And then the entire staircase collapses and a hole seeps in
To the basement.
and she falls down to the basement. And it's like, crick, crash, splash, crick, crash, 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 crash,
My
crash.
favorite part is like her dad's like,
All right, Janie, you're all right. Get up. Stop horsing around over there. Stop horsing around. Go on. Get up. You're good.
she fell through a hole in the stairs to the basement. Poor thing. So Mitch and his friends are also going to this party. They I think they're maybe hanging out at Ox or, one of their
Somebody's home.
and they get in the car. They're like, are you guys ready for the most amazing night ever? They're like, yeah. Get in the car. They drive 1 foot to the actual party.
And they packed for like a lifetime.
They pack for a lifetime.
They packed like they're going to a road trip.
Like
Like they're backpacking across Europe.
Like their
that's how
house-
they...
The house is their neighbors.
They're neighbors to this party.
Yes.
But anywho, they pull up. They arrive. They're there.
And Mitch tells them that he has a plan of giving a love note to Amanda, about how much he loves her, which is basically can't hardly wait. And he's excited to deliver that to her.
Yeah. So as we get to the party, this whole party scene is literally giving can't hardly wait. Can't wait. Can't hardly wait until we do Can't Hardly Wait.
Oh my God.
Can't wait till we do that movie. Oh my God, I love Can't Hardly Wait. So then they're at the party. It's giving Can't Hardly Wait vibes. Janey arrives to the party with Jake and Catherine, and everyone is shocked to see how she's new and improved. She's ditched the glasses and the ponytail, and they're like, oh my God, people in the crowd are literally like, "Where's her glasses? Where's her ponytail?"
I think my favorite part of this whole movie is the background.
The ad-libs in the
yes, they're like,
Literally
oh, her glasses are gone.
literally, Marty, walk it off, Marty.
Yes,
Like literally,
it's like
just
so.
I understood it, Priscilla. Like
Yeah.
literally, the side comments.
Yes.
Because you don't see anybody's mouth.
No,
move.
he's just here.
You just hear it out of the crowd.
Yes. It's hilarious.
But so everyone's shocked to see her. Priscilla is looking at her in disgust and in jealousy and is like, "Oh, I'm pissed." And then
Can we see Malik?
we
He's
see
walking
Malik
around.
walking around being, the token black guy. He runs into another black guy.
Do you think this is the same black guy, Jade?
No. He runs into the black guy from Save the Last Dance. Sean Thomas. I feel like that's why when I listed all the movies that this film parodies to, Save the Last Dance was on there.
Yeah.
I feel like
It'd be like one little drop and
one little drop and they'd be like, that's
save
it.
it.
Just because he's in Save the Last Dance, they're like, oh, they're making fun of Save the Last Dance too.
But he wasn't the token black guy, was he? I don't think he was.
No, because
it was everyone
there
was
was
black.
a token white person.
Yeah.
But anywho, so Malik, he sees another black guy at the party. So he walks into Sean Thomas is like, hey, what are you doing here? And then Sean Thomas is like, what do you mean? He's like, I don't know if anybody told you, but I'm supposed to be the only black guy here. And then Sean's like, oh my God, bro, like, oh, dang.
Yeah,
I had no idea. And he's like, look, all right, it's cool. These mistakes happen. He's like, nah, for real, I'm sorry, bro. You take it easy. I'm head out. He's like, all right, cool, dog. All right, catch you later.
Yeah.
Catch you later.
He gets it.
He understands. He knows what it's like.
While that's going on, Catherine makes it a point to try to sleep with everyone that she sees, and then she runs into the old lady who's pretending to be the teenage student. When the old lady tells Catherine that she's never been kissed, Catherine takes it upon herself to make her dreams come true. So she takes
the old lady
to a room that has a backdrop of Central Park.
Because in Cruel Intentions, this scene happens
in Central Park.
And this scene happens in Central Park.
And then we see Catherine teaching the old lady how to kiss, and she's like, just, kiss me. And then she's like, okay, this time use tongue. And when they pull away,
he's like, when I open my mouth, you're going to open your mouth, and I'm going to massage my tongue with your tongue while you massage the roof of my mouth. I'm like, this is disgusting because this lady is 76 years old.
What I find disgusting is the spit. Because, in the original Cruel Intentions, there's a little spit, but this one has
literally
tons and tons.
They might as well just be spitting in each other's mouths. And then it's just so gross because she's 80 years old. I just could not have brought myself to have. That's where I draw the line. I was like, I can't. It's like kissing my grandma.
Acting.
Oh my goodness.
Together.
It'd have been hard.
And that's that scene.
They make out.
And then we see Jake down at the party, and he's running around looking for Janey. Have you seen Janey? Where's Janey? Where the hell is she?
No one's seen Janey.
So he goes outside, and he sees Janey jumping from a balcony into the pool. And he goes to be like, what the hell's going on?
You call this a party? I'm a golden goddess.
The most.
And then she jumps into the pool.
And then Jake...
You're such a unique rebel, Janey.
Yeah.
Son, the background noise in this movie is hilarious.
Such a unique rebel.
Whose idea was this?
The background noise is hilarious. I love them.
These side comments.
I want to know when they decided to do that. They're like, when we need ad-libs.
Yeah.
So Jake goes over to Janey as she's getting out the pool, and she's like, you know what? I told you not to let me drink. He's like, Janey, I only gave you non-alcoholic beer.
And she's like, oh. So then Priscilla and her girl group walk up, and she's like, just because you got rid of your glasses and ponytail doesn't make you the most popular girl in school.
Doesn't.
Okay, that's me.
That doesn't, right?
And then Priscilla's like, who invited you? What are you doing here? And then Janey was like, well, I was invited. And then Priscilla is holding a water bottle. Mm-hmm. She takes the water bottle. Remember, Janey's wet.
Okay.
She's jumped into the pool.
Gotcha.
From head to toe, soaked in water.
Right.
Priscilla's holding a water bottle.
Okay.
She takes the water bottle.
She
pours it all over Janey.
Oh, wow.
She's like, oh my God, look at that.
Oh,
Would you look what I just
That's going to
done?
stain.
That's going to stain.
That's going to stain.
That's going to stain.
That's someone in the
And
background
then she empties the water bottle, water all over to Janey's already wet body. And then the crowd goes silent.
Gas.
And then Priscilla says, "Oh, are you gonna cry?" And then Janey's like, and she starts crying. And she runs off into mass hysteria.
One of the many times that she will run off crying in this film.
Yes, because she has been covered in water on her already watered, wet body.
This is another main reason why I can never get into She's All That scene. That's all I can think of when I watch She's All That.
Well, she had wine.
I know, but all I see is like, I'm replacing it.
When that scene does happen, I do always think about Priscilla pouring the water onto Janey.
So funny. Love it. But yes, Janey goes back to her home. She's in her basement painting another lovely stick figure, this time of her and her mother holding hands. I think there's a sun in the background. It's gorgeous. And then Jake comes downstairs to talk to her. How'd you get in here? I deadbolted the door. Oh, you have a hole in the side of your house.
And then so they're having a conversation. They're talking about
Her mom.
And
she tells the story.
He's like, "Oh my goodness, is that your mom?"
Mm-hmm.
And it's a stick figure.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You look just like her. It's a stick figure." And then so she kind of divulges into the story of how she lost her mother and how one day, it was her birthday or Christmas time or some crap like that. Her dad was like working. No, he was incredibly intoxicated that night. And Janey really wanted these Betsy Lou doll. And when you squeezed it too hard, it pissed on itself. And she just really, really wanted this doll so bad. And her mom told everyone that she was going out to go pick up like some cigarettes for their dad. But Janey knew that she was really going to go get her that doll. Mm-hmm. But the weather was really bad that night. Horrible thunderstorm.
Oh my God, your mom died in a car accident.
No, cancer.
Oh, okay.
So,
you thought that she died in a car accident, but she died from cancer. So the story I just told had nothing to do with anything.
Had no relevance to anything whatsoever.
But that's I like how they combine the most common way they like to kill parents: car accident, cancer. Top two.
Literally, what are the other?
What's the third one?
That's all they give.
She left. They left. Top three for movies. So at some point, Janey expresses how it's been so hard since her mother died, and she has dreams of going to art school. But
she had to really step up, be the mom of the household. She had to breastfeed Mitch. All of those things,
big sisters do.
What big sisters do.
And she expresses that she wants to do art school, but she cannot afford it.
And then Jake is like, "Oh my God, Janey, why didn't you say something? My parents every year give a scholarship to a deserving poor art student who's desiring to go to art school in Paris." And then she's like, "Oh my God, really?" And he's like, "Yeah, this year we gave it to Elizabeth Rodriguez, the Mexican finger painter.
You would love her work.
You would love her work." She's like, "Oh."
Finger painter.
The Mexican finger painter. You really love her work.
Ooh, this movie is so stupid. And then she also expresses, which is my favorite part, is that, she wishes her life was a fairy tale and that one day a man will come along and fix all her problems, because that's how these movies go. Like, I've had all these problems and a boy comes along and
they're just
healed. Yes. Magically. Yes. So Jake, at this point, he's like, stop talking. It's time to be romantic. He leans in for a kiss, but they awkwardly like miss each other. I bobbed when
she
weaved. One of those things. And then Jake awkwardly leaves. He's just like, you know what? I'll catch you another time.
He's like, I'll just go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go. The next day.
Did they even bring up prom?
No, but he does ask her to prom eventually.
Oh, okay.
But not yet.
And that's another thing. This whole movie is supposed to be about him turning her into prom queen. We see like no prom discussion whatsoever. Like in She's All That, we see them get nominated. We see them,
You're funny, Jake. This is supposed to be making fun of that.
I understand this is a parody movie, but if you're gonna do it right.
No.
Whatever.
So the next day at school, Priscilla goes up to Janey to let her know that she has no chance of winning prom queen. When does that happen? Wait,
I don't even remember that.
Oh, so this is in the locker room. Remember, in the locker room, and she's like, "You put the I in tit-eye, and you put the it, and I don't know. You know what I'm
You put the ism, and this is all just a defense mechanism.
Okay, Yeah. So the next day, Priscilla's in the locker room. She sees Janey. She goes up to her.
You put the in tis. Is that what you just said?
And some, I don't know what I said. Put the in tism. I don't know what I said. And she goes up to Janey. You have no chance of winning prom queen. And she like gives her all these.
I literally missed that scene. I don't
all these things. And Janey's like, you know what? I'm confident. My hair is down and my glasses are off. You can't stop me now. And then while that's going on, we see at lunch, Jake and Austin and all the crew are sitting with each other, and Jake is asking about, who he's taking to prom. And then Jake gets upset because he's like, this is just a bet and I don't like Janey, and he walks off. And then Reggie Ray informs Austin that Janey is hot. You didn't see her at the party last night, but she's a hot ticket. And then Austin, now that's got Austin's attention.
Janey Briggs is hot.
Eats a sandwich. After this, Jake goes up to Janey and asks her to prom. She's sitting with Ricky.
And Janey is reading a book that says, How to Me, the rebellious girl, make the most popular guy in school fall in love with me. And then Ricky is reading a book that says something to the effect of like, how to make the rebellious girl who's in love with the most popular guy in school fall in love with me.
Love. What great books.
What great books.
So Jake has shown up, going up to Janey, and he's like, will you go to prom with me?
Hey, Janey.
Oh, hey, Jake.
Listen, I've been doing a lot of thinking. And the thing is, there's something I want to ask you. And I don't want to make a big deal out of it and drag it out, so I'm just going to lay it out there, okay? Here it is. See, I don't like making big speeches. I'm a straight shooter. I call 'em like I see 'em. What you see is what you get. Ain't nobody gonna break my stride. Ain't nobody gonna slow me down. Oh no.
Jake, are you trying to ask me to the...
Yeah. Janey happily agrees, which upsets Ricky, who's sitting right next to her and clearly loves her. So the next day is another football. That night is a football game. Jake is once again on the bench all by himself. This is my favorite part of the movie. While Priscilla and her cheer team have a cheer off with the East Compton
Wildcats.
Yes. And the
I
East
don't really
Compton.
know if they're Wildcats, but
Yes, they are the East Compton. I want to call them, Wildcats. We call them that because I want to call them Clovers. Are accusing Priscilla and her cheer squad of stealing their cheers, and Priscilla denies it. And she's like, you know what? Bring it. And Priscilla goes, it's already been brought in.
And I would just like to remind everyone that not every day, but many times, Gabrielle Union walks the streets of Los Angeles and people come up to her and say, it's already been brought in. And Gabrielle Union has to sit there and take it.
Not even the black girl
knowing
said it.
goddamn well that's not even the movie she in.
No.
Perception is reality, people.
And it's funny that not even the black girl says it. It's a white girl.
It's not, and then it's not even a black person that says it. It's a white person that says it. Then Kristen Dunst had the nerve to be like, oh my God, you don't say that.
That was the crazy part. I'm like,
that's the gag.
I will knock you out.
I will fight you.
And then Priscilla and her group, they break out into a cheer that's clearly stolen by the Cotton cheerleaders.
The Cotton?
Compton?
You said the Cotton cheerleaders.
And then they break out.
You calling the black
I did
team.
not say that.
You did say Cotton. You did.
And then they break out, Priscilla and her group, break out to a cheer that is it's clearly stolen by the Compton cheerleaders.
We're the East Compton Wildcats.
We're black. We know it. We shake our big booties and show it. We ain't white. We ain't white. We definitely ain't white. Break it down, niggas.
They were funny for that. I think after she did that scene, I was like, she's iconic. Priscilla all the way.
She said, we ain't white. We ain't white.
We definitely not white.
Break it down in words.
So during halftime, Jake checks on Reggie Ray, who is bleeding from his ears, and there's like a countdown that says he only has 2 concussions left before he dies. And after getting knocked out again once before he goes back on the field, Reggie Ray only has 1 concussion left before dying. So it's important.
Reggie Ray is on the cusp of death here, people.
And then, while on the field, I think Reggie Ray gets tackled again. And the guy who plays, this is not important, but the guy who plays Bob Burger goes up to the coach. He's like, I don't think, you watch Bob's Burger?
No.
Dang it.
Oh, but I do know who you're talking about. Okay.
So he's the
he
guy.
Did look familiar when he went up there.
He plays Bob Burger. Oh, he's a voiceover for Bob's Burger. And he goes up to the coach and he's like, I don't think Reggie Ray can play. I don't think he should be in the game. I don't think he's awake right now.
And then the coach is like, I don't give a. He's in the game, God.
So Reggie Ray is put back on the field as he's tied to his two fellow teammates' ankles. And he's back on the field.
I didn't even notice that.
They tie his ankles together. And they hold him up. And they're like, God damn, this man is so big.
And God damn it, Reggie Ray.
And something happens again. And everyone gets hurt. Reggie Ray gets hurt. The quarterback, Austin, gets hurt. Which leads to there's being no other choice but to put Jake
in the game.
And
then, of course, Jake is very nervous. This is going to be his first time playing in a game,
right?
In probably, I don't know, a year, over a season, who knows. And then, so while he's sitting there, he is met by the janitor, played by Mr. T, who tells him and encourages him that it's his time to get back out there. And what happened with Marty could have happened to anybody.
But pretty much his fault.
But it's pretty much his fault. But he's going to have to leave that in the past. And he's going to have to get out there, get on the field, and do what he needs to do.
Gotta get his throw
so
back.
We have a real inspirational moment here from Mr. T.
Yes. So Jake goes on that field. All he has to do is throw the ball to a very, very open Malik so that Malik can score a touchdown and they win the game. But Jake throws that ball and he overthrows and hits Reggie Ray, who is knocked out on like a stretcher on the side.
He's like on the sidelines.
On the sidelines.
He's like on the track.
On the track. Giving Reggie Ray another concussion. He's got to be dead by now. And then Jake loses the football game for everybody.
Which, we don't really see in these movies.
This isn't a real movie.
And it's very rare that we see the most popular guy in school is like the third string football player.
That part is what got me. I was like, not him. Not everyone hating him and him still being so popular.
Right, not him.
Now that part, I was like, okay.
Not him being third string and he's still like
he was
the most popular.
Fourth string.
Oh, God. And he's still the most popular guy in school.
Why?
It's a parody.
And it happened since last year. It's not like it's new.
Right.
He's been on the downward spiral since last year.
So ultimately, they lose the game. We don't have the big, football Friday Night Lights celebratory moment. Mm-mm. We're going to the championships. We don't have any of that. It's over. It's done. We're done here. It's wrapped. It's curtains. It's kaputs. So they lose. So then Jake's making his way home, and then before he can head out, Janey runs after him.
She's there to make him feel better, He's really down and out, but then she tells him that
Don't worry about football.
Yeah.
Who cares? It's just a game.
And, you really helped me come out of myself.
And he's like, really? And she's like, yeah, you never cared about my ponytail or glasses. And he's like, don't forget about the paint-covered overalls. She's like, right, you never cared about those either. And then, so they're having this heart-to-heart moment.
She says, I'm glad nothing can come in between us.
And then here comes Austin. Ready to come in between them.
He's in his crutches. He's injured.
Not so fast, Austin says to Jake. He's being Austin, being a douche. He whispers something into Janey's ear. And Janey reacts and she's like, no, gasp, right? Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Jake is like, no, he's telling Janey about the bet. And then so Jake, trying to get ahead of himself and the situation, he's like, look, yes, I did do it. I did say that I could turn you into prom queen, and that was before I knew you, and I shouldn't have made the bet, and I'm sorry. And then Janey is like, what? What bet? And then Austin says,
all I said was, I'm pretending to whisper a big secret in your ear so that Jake here thinks I'm telling you a big secret, which will cause him to break into an hysterical confession where he actually reveals a big secret, thus confirming everything I just whispered in your ear.
And then
Janey runs off crying.
runs off crying, and Jake is
Once
like,
again.
girl.
So the next scene, we see Jake at the beach, and he is busting out into song because
I wish I never made that bet.
That's not the guy I want to be. If I could just turn back the clock, then Janey would still be with me.
Tell me, Mom, what should I do? I love this boy, but he has been untrue.
I'll do my best to make things right.
I wish we could resolve this fight.
It could happen.
It could happen at the prom tonight.
yeah.
At the prom.
So everyone, the whole cast brings out a song and dance as they prepare.
Yeah.
This is my favorite part. Prom tonight, do 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 do. Prom tonight, do 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 do. At the prom tonight.
So basically, it's prom night. Jake realizes that maybe he can make amends and turn everything right with Janey at prom tonight.
Fingers crossed.
Janey's like, maybe Jake will step up and be the man I need him to be at the prom tonight. Then we see everybody else getting ready. We see Priscilla, we see Catherine, we see Mitch and Ox and all of them. And then we have a dance number. We see Malik even. We have a dance number, and then everyone arrives at prom.
Prom. So we see that Austin and Janey went to prom together. We also see a jealous Jake has taken his sister Catherine to prom, and they break out pretty much soon after they get there to a dance-off. And Austin and Janey are dancing, and Catherine's dancing with her brother in a very sexual manner. And
then she jumps on him and kisses him.
Leading to Janey to run off crying.
Again. And then Jake runs after her. And then Austin's just standing there in disgust after watching Jake kiss his sister. He's like, ugh,
disgusting. So meanwhile, that's going on. We see Mitch and his friends have arrived, and they are having a,
yeah.
Why does he do that?
Because in American Pie, Oz is like in the choir.
Yeah.
Wait, he is in the choir.
Wait,
and I feel like he does one of those.
No, he does. He's so cringy. He does do that. He's in the choir. Thank you for pointing that out. He
was like, they're literally just sitting at the punch bowl. And he goes, yeah.
just throwing shit in there randomly. So they're getting punched and listening to Ox sing when Amanda arrives, and Mitch takes
Amanda Beckett.
Yes, Mitch takes this time to give her his letter that explains, I love you, I've always loved you. And she responds by, you think I sleep with every loser just because he gave me some letter that says he loves me?
And then Mitch is like, and she's like, well, I don't. I give them hand jobs. And then Mitch is like, oh. So then him and Amanda walk off, and we believe that she is now going to go give him a hand job.
Amen.
Good for him.
Yes. And so we don't have to circle back later. We also see Ox later hooks up with Catherine.
Yeah.
Because they, share a romantic
sentiment
about
dumping on people's chests.
Yes.
She's like, I want somebody to dump on my chest. And he's like, I am appalled, disgusted that no one has ever offered to dump on your chest. And she's like, oh my God, I found the man that I've been looking for.
Everyone deserves love, people.
Poor Bruce was his name?
Bruce.
He don't get nobody.
I don't think so. I think, when I was reading Wikipedia, they had a part where Bruce got something. I forgot who he hooked up with. But that must be an edited scene or something, so I didn't include it. But yeah.
A deleted scene.
Deleted scene, yes. So, Jake. We see Jake win prom queen. And King, sorry.
Fast forward to see announcement for prom king and queen. We have seen no build up or lead up to this whatsoever. We've seen no campaigning. We've seen no campaigning. We've seen no title off between Priscilla and Janey. We're just here.
Are we even worried about the bet anymore?
Right. Was prom even a factor in this film?
Was it even a motherfucking factor? Was it even a motherfucking factor?
You're a non-mother. I tried to bleep out the words, but I got too hard. You're a non-mother.
Factor. You can say factor.
I was like, where's the one word that's not a curse word?
So yes, Jake has one prom queen, and we king. Jesus, who cares about the king? And we learned that the
it's a tie
for
prom queen.
Yes,
Priscilla looks at Janey. Janey looks at Priscilla. They're thinking, oh my goodness, could it be? Could we both have one prom queen? Priscilla is pissed at the thought. We go back to the announcer, and he announces, not Janey, not Priscilla, but the Spicoli sisters.
Cara and Sarah.
As our prom queens. Who is that, you might ask? It's the two conjoined twins we mentioned earlier at the beginning of the film. These two chicks have one prom queen.
Austin was right. It's too easy.
It was too easy. Austin was right all along.
I wonder if there's
take them apart. That's a perfectly good chick.
He's not lying. I wonder if there was like a deleted season of them campaigning. Like it just came out of nowhere.
Maybe.
But
Priscilla's pissed that she lost. Janey's laughing.
She's happy.
She thinks it's hilarious.
She's happy to see that Priscilla didn't win. So F you. During the prom king and queen dance, Janey supposedly leaves with Austin to go to a hotel. And then Jake sees this, tries to run after Janey and Austin to stop them before anything happens. And then on his way out,
he runs into Malik. Jake is like, Malik, have you seen Janey? And then he's like, oh, I think she just left with Austin. And he's like, where? And he's like, oh, they're staying at the Motel 6 on Hollywood Boulevard. He's like, okay, thanks. Room 6. And he's like, okay, thanks. If you've gone past the vending machine, you've gone too far. And he's like, okay, great. And he's like, and the door will most definitely be unlocked. And he's like, all right. And he's like, hey, look, that's all I know.
And then Jake tells Malik that he is intelligent, insightful, and doesn't get the respect he deserves.
And he's like, oh, man, really? You think so? And then Jake's like, yeah. And he's like, you know what? That really means a lot, Jake, because I've really been wanting to speak to you about the ramifications of the repercussions. And then Jake's like, okay, I gotta go.
He's like, all right.
I love how he says the ramifications of the repercussions. He says the repercussions of the ramifications. And he's like, all right, that's enough. I got a dart.
That's all right.
Now I got a dart.
I got a dart.
I got a blast. God bless. So then Jake's running. He runs into Ricky. Ricky stops him. And then he's like, are you going after Janey? And then he's like, yeah, because I love her. And then Ricky's like, well, I love her too. And he's like, yeah, but I'm the popular guy who's learned the error of his ways. I will win. And then Ricky's like, no, but I'm the best friend who's been by her side through thick and thin. So I should be with her. And then...
Okay,
fair points. And then they're like, okay, well, let the best man win. So then they both start running after Janey.
So just to point out, Jake is having the easiest time getting to Janey. He's avoiding traffic.
He's bobbing and weaving through the traffic. It's like no brainer. Like he's having the easiest time.
Ricky follows soon after Jake, and every step he takes almost gets hit by a car, almost gets hit by a car, almost gets hit by a car, run over by a bike. The universe is saying, people are yelling, she doesn't want you.
She doesn't even like you. You're only just a friend. He is not having the best luck.
No.
So then Jake, he pulls up at the Motel 6 and he opens the door. He's like, Janey? And he enters the room to find Austin, but no Janey. Instead, Priscilla with her boyfriend Lutz and his paper plastic bag. That is the most beautiful thing he's ever seen. Mm-hmm. And they are making some sort of weird sex tape thing.
But they're not really having sex. I think they just did it to... Because she's fully clothed.
She's fully clothed.
But she's like making fake sounds. She's like, oh yeah. She's like hitting the back of the headband.
Oh, do you think they're doing it for fake?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think they were doing it to make him jealous. They weren't... Yeah, she's like...
Oh, I thought they were... Oh, maybe so. I literally thought they were doing something.
No, I think... Because she's fully clothed.
That's
she's hitting her hand like on the back of
I never made the realization that
she's like, oh yeah, woo, yeah.
That is very true. Oh, I never noticed that.
Yeah, but they're making... I don't know. See, but I don't know if they're doing it for the camera or just to piss off Jake, who they assume
Anywho, well, he walks in and he's like, where's Janey? And then Austin is like, little miss ran home to her daddy. Ran home to her daddy. And then Jake punches him in the face. And then Priscilla gets up and she's like, you are the most. And then he punches Priscilla in the face. And then he turns to Les, and then Les with his weird self and his video camera, he's like, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And then he punches Les in his face. And then he punches the paper bag.
Amen. Everybody can get it.
And he's like, this is for Janey. This is for telling Janey that I made a bet. This is for being a weirdo. And then Jake, he leaves.
Yes.
Which is 10 Things I Hate About You. Remember, she's at prom and she's like, that's for making my date cry. That's for my sister. And that's for me.
Oh, yeah. Good one. So Jake goes out looking for Janey. At this point, he goes to her house. He finds her dad suffering
under
for
the table.
He's suffering for a little PTSD.
From his Vietnam days.
Yes. And her dad is able to tell him that Janey
is on the way to the airport
to
leave for Paris.
Paris.
It's like Paris. Yep, Paris.
And then we see Janey driving, crying, and people are yelling at her, "Oh, move it, glasses!"
You're just a girl with a ponytail.
She's put her hair back in the ponytail.
Yeah, she's got the glasses and the painted cover overalls again.
Yes.
So now Jake is headed to the airport, and we can't forget about Ricky. He's not far behind.
Yes.
So Jake, he's running through. He's made it to LAX. Janey's about to board the plane. He gets to the security line. It's out the door. Literally the longest line ever. He makes an announcement. He says, "Excuse me, everyone. Excuse me.
Okay. Yeah.
The girl I love is about to board a plane to Paris. And if I don't stop her, I may never see her ever again."
Oh.
Says this big speech. Of course, the people in the line go crazy for
Come
it.
on,
they eat it
son.
up, and they're like, "Go ahead, go get your girl, go get her." They're clapping. They meet him with applause, and he goes through a security line to meet Janey. Then he's making his way through, the airport, trying to go get Janey. Then fast forward, Ricky about 5 minutes behind. Ricky looks half dead. He's been hit by a car, maybe a bus. You see some bones sticking out. He's missing like a tooth or two.
Someone in the background screams, "You're bleeding on my suitcase."
So he gets to the security line, makes the same announcement. Hi, everyone. The girl I love is about to board. And then he's doing all this shit with his fingers. he's like going crazy.
He's very
with his
unlikable.
fingers. Yeah. He's like, the girl I love is about to board a plane to Paris. And if I don't get to her, and they're like, we already heard that story.
Please shut up.
Says the patrons in the security line. They're like, get in line. You're bleeding on my suitcase.
Shut up.
They're not here for it. He's got to wait in the security line.
As he should.
So then Jake, he makes it to
the airport.
He sees Janey literally about to give her ticket to the flight attendant. She's literally about to board the plane. A little kid he sees with the football. He takes the football. Oh, yeah. He hears Mr. T talking to him in his ear to reminiscent to what he said to him.
Get your throwback, dude.
Reminiscent to what he was saying to him earlier during the football game. Throw the ball, look for the goal, yada, yada, yada. He takes the ball, throws it at Jamie's head, hits her right in the head, knocks her to the ground. Mr. T's like, there you go. That's it. That's how you do it. He runs to Janey. He's like, Janey, don't go. Yes. Don't board that plane to Paris.
And then he hits her with the same line that
Janey, when I made that bet, that was before I knew you. Before I even knew myself. And then she's like, oh, Jake. And then they're about to kiss, right? We're about to see it. We're about to see the moment. Happiness. The magic. We're about to get it. Then on the intercom, we hear the flight attendant. Oh, please. You cannot
fall for that.
Fall for this one.
He's literally quoting, she's all that.
And then we see the flight attendant. And who is it? Lo and behold, the one, the only. Molly freaking Ringwald.
Yes. Hello.
The queen.
She's on Riverdale.
Is she really?
Yeah, she plays Archie's mother.
She always playing somebody's mama.
Long lost mom.
Oh wow.
Not long lost mom, but she
she was on. You remember she was on Secret Life of American Teenager.
She showed up hell was
playing somebody's mama then too. She like a teen drama. That's something she gonna do.
Right.
Find where the teens at. She gonna be there. But it's Molly Ringwald, literally the queen. The queen
of high school,
of teen coming of age romantic comedies. We see her,
yes.
not in her glory, anymore, but we see her and we're
Damn.
happy to see her. You know what? You want to know how big this woman's influence was? She was on the cover of Times magazine. When she was at her height, she was on the cover. What movie? Who you know to be on the cover of Times magazine like that? She was on the cover of Times magazine.
She curated a genre.
She literally.
She created it. She started it. She finished it.
She is the genre.
She's the genre.
Anywho, we see her. She's there. She's in the airport. She walks over to them. She's like, sweetheart, don't tell me you're about to fall for this. And then she's like, that's from She's All That. And then she's like, you know what? I thought so. Jenny's like, I masturbate to that movie all the time. That's what I thought. And then
he quotes something from Pretty in Pink. And then Molly's like, that's from Pretty in Pink. She's like, are you sure? She's like, yeah.
I would know. Trust me. So then she gives them a spiel. She's like, look, Janey, stop trying to be the independent, rebellious girl and realize that you have feelings for Jake. Jake, stop trying to be the know-it-all bad boy and realize that you have feelings for Janey. Get your shit together, you two. And then she walks off. And then she's basically like, tell each other how you really feel.
So in the end, Jake finally suggests that,
So he tells Janey how he really feels. He's like, and he's like, you know what, Janey? Maybe you should board that plane to Paris. And then Janey's like, what? And he's like, well, if you really think about it, all we'll really have is the summer. You'll go off to art school. I'll go off to college. We'll have, the occasional weekend together. But then eventually I'll join a frat, get super drunk, have a girl in my dorm room. You'll come over, find her thong, call me a cock tease. Call me a slut, a whore. I'll call you a cock tease, and then we'll break up. So when you really think about it, we're just prolonging the inevitable. And then she's like, okay, well, that's not quite the honesty that I was looking for, but I'm not gonna buy it. And then she's like, that's from Karate Kid.
Which is why. I was like, oh, that's Karate Kid.
I was like, why did she say Karate Kid?
I guess they brought Karate Kid up earlier. And I was like,
we're bringing it back.
We're bringing it back. But still, I was like, why Karate Kid of all things? But I guess it was part of the movie anyways. But
and then she's like, that's from Karate Kid. And he's like, no, that it's not actually. And then she's like, shh, it's okay, Jake.
It's okay, Jake.
Because I love you too.
Yes.
He never said I love you.
Yeah.
But
she decides to stay, honey.
She decides to stay. They share a passionate kiss. Molly Ringwald looks at them in disgust and she says, teenagers.
The worst.
So she walks off and then the crowd sees. We didn't mention this part at the party.
So throughout the whole movie, there is this guy who
tries to initiate a slow clap.
First see him at the pool scene.
Yeah, I think that's the only time we see him.
No, we see him 2 times before this, I think.
I don't recall anything other than the pool.
We see him at the pool scene. He tries to start a slow clap. It doesn't really work.
I think,
and that's when whatchamacallit comes in.
That's the only part I'm almost certain.
No, that's another one.
You can't think of another part because there is another part.
There's another part.
You can't think of it because it doesn't exist.
It does exist.
It does not.
It does exist. I hate you. It does.
Well, where is it then?
I think it's at the football game. I think it's at the football game when he loses.
Oh, damn it.
And the guy tries to do a slow clap then. He's like, no, not working.
You're right.
Yeah. And then he's like, this. Because at the pool. Who
so
comes
he
in?
tries to create, throughout the movie, this guy tries to create a slow clap. Slow clap. First he does it when Janey is embarrassed by Priscilla and runs off at the party. And then we see Melissa Joan Hart walk up to him and she's like, hey, dude, you can't just start a slow clap at any random moment.
It's gotta feel right.
It's like, you've got to do it when it feels right. And he's like, yeah, but how will I know? And then she's like, you'll know. And so then he tries to do it again at the football game when Jake hits the ball at Billy Ray's concussed head.
That's not it.
And they lose. That wasn't it either. That's not it. But now he's at the airport. How is he at the airport? I don't know. And he's like, this is it. This is my moment. This is my chance. This is my opportunity.
But it's slow clap.
And just as he is about to cusp his hands together, enters Ricky. Beat up, bruised and all, bones sticking out, and he begins the slow clap.
What a good friend.
What a good friend. After all of that, he doesn't get the girl. He's almost dying.
Yeah.
He loses to Jake. He sees him kiss, and he's like, you know what?
You deserve love.
I'm going to clap it out for her, my friend.
Yes.
And then the slow clap guy is like, what the? I've been waiting my whole life for this.
Right.
So he goes over to Ricky and beats the shit out of him.
Beats the shit out of him. And
that's about how it ends. That's not another teen movie there for you, folks.
Iconic.
Hilarious.
We
really can't do it justice. Just like talking out.
It's on Netflix.
You really gotta watch it for what it is. If you haven't seen it, this is the one to watch.
You think this genre even knows about spoof movies?
What genre?
These kids.
Oh, today's kids. Yeah. This generation, you mean?
This generation.
The Gen Zs.
Do they even know about spoof movies?
No, they don't do them like how they do it. They don't make Scary Movie 1, 2, and 3 anymore.
Quality movies.
They don't do it.
First two.
Shame.
The first one.
The third one's good too.
They tried to kick. You know why they got progressively shittier?
Because the Wayans brothers only did the first two.
Yeah, because they kicked them out.
Yeah.
Hollywood, yo. We could have had. Everyone could have been great.
Try to X the black.
Mm-hmm. Look the actual funny guys.
Yeah, the people who created this, and look what you do.
I know.
So, if it's ever questionable, if you ever what kind of movies do they do? What kind of movies are they into? Literally, every freaking film that this movie makes fun of is the type of genre that we're in, people. So don't come and send us, be like, hey, can you do Nights in Rodeo? No.
Nights in Rodeo.
That was the first thing that came to mind.
Is that really a movie?
I don't know. But can you do The Last of the Mohegans? No.
Dad's favorite movie.
That's not us. That's not our thing.
We're not doing. Oh, maybe we could do.
If this movie isn't made fun of and not another teen movie, if it's not on the list that I gave y'all in the middle of this podcast, we're not doing it. That ain't us.
We're gonna do all 20 of those movies. That's
and that's it. We're done. It's not our genre. Just this is your reference point here, people.
Yes.
This is the baseline. Whatever this movie makes fun of, that's what
we're doing.
This is our zhizh.
This is our niche.
This is our niche. So don't forget to rate, subscribe, comment, review, follow, all the things.
Shout out to the writers.
Shout out to the people who created this film.
Yes.
That's all we got for you. You got anything else?
No.
All right, that's it.
Pay the people their money. We out.
Writer strike. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Support.